It's your midweek edition of Expresso. Thank you so much for choosing to start the day with us. And it's going to be a big one this morning. We're gonna go there. I think it's vital that the whole country goes there right now, looking at the way we are reacting and being triggered. We're going to start with two stories putting the spotlight on school bullying. Yep, we are going to go there today. One from Johannesburg, where a mother pulled her daughter from St. Stithians after an alleged assault. And then another from Cape Town, where a viral video from Milnerton High School was, I think, has been doing the rounds, shocking the country. But it has elicited such a knee-jerk reaction for a lot of the right and wrong reasons. And this morning, we're going to ask the big questions. What are schools required to do? How can parents better protect their children? How can children fortify themselves to deal with these situations better? Where do they get the agency from? And please, we're going to need your input desperately. So stick to the socials, stick to your TV for the next 3 hours. We're going to love your involvement. Then we are going to have to shift gears and head back into the kitchen because it's a Wednesday with Chef Luke Lawrence Barry in the House of South African culinary talent, whose journey has taken him from Asia to the Middle East and now back home as executive chef at the iconic Mount Nelson, a Belmont hotel. What a spot to be. If you've experienced the way he does what he does, you'll understand. But this morning we all get to plug in. Cannot wait for that. And then a little bit later, we're going to turn up the soul, the man behind the Soulful Reunion. Pete Smith joins us alongside some powerhouse performers, Mujai George, Fakhri Isaacs, for just a taste of the music, the connection and the community that they represent. Everybody is welcome this morning, and I love the fact that you, of course, play the most important part. So yes, I do offer a warning for the next 3 hours. We're going to be getting into content that might really trigger you this morning. We're going to be dealing with bullying, and we are going to be building, hopefully, a better mindset around that. But I'm going to ask you to take a step back and think critically. So maybe we can get into that lane by assessing yesterday's news headlines. And yes, I'll delve into the sport. But a very good morning to my bestie, Carissa. It's going to be a day, girl.
Well, good morning, Gray. It certainly is, but you've got us started on the right note, so thank you for that. And good morning to you, Mzansi. Prepare yourself for a great next 3 hours. For now, though, 2 minutes after 6, let's get into your national news headlines. We get started with South Africa, who marked a milestone with the delivery of 300 locally manufactured Prasa train sets, dubbed Isitimele Sabantu. Now built by Gibele in Ekurhuleni, these modern Extropolis mega trains enhance passenger rail safety, efficiency and reliability. Now, Minister Barbara Creecy highlighted the initiative's economic impact, local skills development and technology transfer, saying restored services improved travel times as well as economic participation. Now, the launch coincided with Transport Month, underlining the government's commitment to integrated, sustainable transport that supports job creation as well as inclusive growth and community development across Equatini and beyond. In other news in the country, the Durban High Court yesterday adjourned the case against 62 individuals accused of instigating the July 2021 unrest, marking the final postponement in the drawn-out trial. Now, the suspects face charges including incitement to public violence, terrorism and conspiracy to commit murder. Now, the violence in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng claimed 300 lives and caused more than 70 billion rand in damages. The adjournment concludes years of delays, bringing the nation closer to accountability for one of the deadliest episodes of civil unrest. Taking a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has secured a fourth term with nearly 90% of the vote, and that's according to provincial results. The 83-year-old leader's landslide was widely expected after key popular rivals, including Laurent Gbagbo as well as Tijane Thiam, were ruled ineligible. Now, former Commerce Minister Jean-Louis Billon received just over 3% and former First Lady Simone Gbagbo 2%. Now, voter turnout stood at about 50%, reflecting growing apathy since the 2010 post-election conflict that killed 3,000 people. Now, Qatar has presided over stability and steady economic growth in the world's top cocoa producer. Meanwhile, in the Gaza Strip, the tenuous ceasefire between Israel Defense Forces and Hamas is under severe pressure as Israel launched fresh strikes in response to what is called a ceasefire breached by Hamas over delays hostages remains. At least 2 Palestinians have been killed during the aggression, and Hamas denied responsibility for the incident that prompted the attack. Now, meanwhile, humanitarian conditions in Gaza remain dire, with aid flows disrupted and civilians facing ongoing peril from unexploded ordnance and infrastructure collapse. Now, let's close off on a feel-good note where Robbie Williams is swapping charts for classrooms. Well, almost. The 51-year-old pop icon has revealed plans to open a, quote, University of Entertainment, a creative hub where young performers can learn the art of showbiz. Now, inspired by his performer dad, Pete Conway, whose charisma shaped Robbie's own style and with whom he has shared the stage on occasion, he says nobody else is teaching the craft properly. Now, though he famously left school at the age of 16 to join Take That, the idea ties back to his wish to complete his university, pass over struggles with undiagnosed dyslexia and ADHD. Now, while his new album, Britpop, is delayed until February next year, his latest act might just inspire the next generation of entertainers. Trust Robbie to make sure the crowd is doing all right. That is where we leave the 6 o'clock news. It's time now to get into some sporting highlights with Gray.
And I would add to that, if you haven't seen the brilliant film Better Man, just do yourself a favour. Go and do a deep dive into Robbie's life. But right now, we're looking for better men to fill our squad. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus, I think, has found him, a named 20-year-old prop Zachary Portman to make his test debut up against Japan in London this coming Saturday. Congratulations. Jason Colby, he starts at fullback, while Siya Kolisi, he leads a very strong side, featuring several Japan-based players as well. Great idea. The match arranged to boost their game time kicks off at 6:10 in the evening, South African time, which is a boon for us. We cannot wait for that one. Now we get back into cricket, and Reza Hendrick struck a pretty fluent 60, and then George Linde, he smashed 36 with just 22 balls, while Corbin Bosch impressed with figures of 4 wickets for just 14 runs. That is the Proteas beat Pakistan by 55 runs in their first T20 international in Rawalpindi yesterday. South Africa now lead the 3-match series 1-0, with the second game set for this coming Friday in Lahore. Now, if you're wondering why Brian is so happy in the Expresso studio this morning, well, then you know what I'm talking about. Orlando Pirates survived a tense 2-1 quarterfinal win over Magesi FC at Orlando Stadium, with Tsepang Moremi and substitute Evidence Mahopa scoring for the Buccaneers. Magesi pulled one back through Lesholonolo Makone in stoppage time just to test the nerves, but they couldn't find that equalizer. So Pirates now join Richards Bay and Golden Arrows in the semi-finals as a result. They can focus on Saturday's big one, the clash with Mamelodi Sundowns. It's all heating up. Now let's get back into tennis, and it seems the tale isn't quite told this year. The Stars still pulling off some major performances. British player Cameron Norrie, he pulled off a massive shock 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 win over world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz at the Paris Masters, ending the Spaniard's incredible 17-match Masters 1,000 winning streak. Then elsewhere, Daniil Medvedev, he cruised past Jean Munar 6-1, 6-3 to reach round 2, where he will now face Grigor Dimitrov in that French capital next round. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines again on the top of the hour. Midweek weather does become important. Let's see if we are going to be inspired today.
Well, thank you so much, G-Man. Let's check out your weather this morning, where the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning, and that's for severe thunderstorms, bringing heavy downpours, damaging winds, lightning and small hail over Gauteng, most of Northwest as well as Free State, Northern Cape and the Highveld of Mpumalanga, and the western and northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, localized flooding, infrastructure damage and minor accidents are possible. Extremely high fire danger conditions are also expected in parts of the Northern and Western Cape, while hot, humid weather will make conditions uncomfortable in northeastern KwaZulu-Natal. All those fire warnings bring us into the burning sunrise view of this hour. And sent out of Durban, specifically in Blue Lagoon, Nikki came through with a gorgeous morning view. Well, Nikki, thank you so much for representing one of the best cities in the country in the best way that you know how. It is absolutely beautiful there, and those waves are definitely promising a good swim today, especially considering the fact that it is 25 degrees out in Durban today. And we wish you a beautiful day ahead. Now, you can also share your morning views with us on this number 06303696949. But for now, though, let's get into your temperatures so that you can prepare for the rest of your Wednesday.
Okay, so something that is going to happen today, you and I are going to have a paper aeroplane flight, okay? Just try to throw papers across the studio and then land it literally right in front of our feet. So yes, we'll have a little bit of fun with that. I'm getting a little bit silly right now because I think I'm trying to take the edge off the conversation we're going to be having in just a moment. We're going to be talking about school bullying in light of two major incidents, one in Joburg, one down here in the Cape, that have obviously rocked the nation. And I think rightly so. We've obviously seen scenes of violence. There's no escaping that, and victimization that I think any parent can't move past. But this has been a major, major wake-up call for the schools in particular. How do we address this in a positive way to move forward? Everyone's just looking for someone to blame, fair game, but we need to move forward. So we're going to get into that conversation in just a moment. I'm a little bit nervous.
Forward to that. Definitely a bit nervous, but I think we'll all be given some tools to be able to deal with the situation, and accountability is definitely the course of action. So let's get into it. Straight after this very short break, we'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We told you it would be a short break, and you're right back on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Good morning to you, Mzansi, and thank you so much for choosing us on this beautiful Wednesday. Well, listen, we have to get into a really important conversation, and while Gray is standing by with beautiful guests, I've got to put the question to you and ask you this one. Now, bullying in schools continues to affect so many young people and, of course, their families. So we have to ask you, what's one real practical change that you think could help make a real difference at the end of the day? Hit us up on our Expresso social pages. You can find us at Expresso Show on Facebook, on Instagram. We would love to hear your voice in 0630369649. Be loud and proud, and let us know what sort of practical changes we can truly make to make a difference in our schools today. This, of course, in light of the fact that we're addressing the increase of school bullying happening across the country. So let's get into that conversation to prepare both you and I for the future of our schooling.
And our kids, because the most important component of this conversation is our kids and how they're feeling about this. So hopefully we can start setting the right kind of example as parents, because that's how this equation works. We're going to be focusing right now on two stories that kind of put this into perspective, and they certainly put school bullying in sharp focus this week. You can call it initiation, you can call it what you want. We saw the videos. In Johannesburg, a mother pulled her grade 1 daughter out of St. Stedians. That was after an alleged bullying incident that left the child with ear injuries, raising some urgent questions about school response and safety in a particular ecosystem as well that you would think would be primed to respond. Then down in Cape Town, a video of vicious assault at Milton High School went very viral. 8 pupils have been suspended, and the country demanded answers, and now people are acting out. These cases have parents asking, what are schools required to do? What can we do as families right now to protect our kids? And we are joined by the incredible criminal law expert and SGB chair, Fallon Taft. She's right in the mix. And then Kay Shaitenov, creator of the awesome High Five primary school program to tackle both accountability and practical tools. Whew. I'm like thinking about my whole life right now, because I have been a victim of initiation. I've perpetrated initiation during my time at school, and I will say that with a certain amount of shame, but also a certain amount of, that's the way we did it. That's no longer good enough. Fallon, maybe I can start with you. When these stories first started surfacing, because this is not new to you.
No.
What was your initial reaction?
It's just gobsmacked at how quickly things have escalated from what was once downplayed, as you know, normal school terrain.
Banter.
Yes. And all of a sudden we are here where things are being videographed and it's being circulated on social media. But not only that, the extent. I just said to you earlier, was once just a pulling of hair.
Yeah.
And little girl running out and screaming about a boy in the class that pulled her hair. And that was it.
This
a little
is
shoving
violence.
around on
Yeah.
the playground. But we've gone way beyond that at this stage. And I think it's the extent to which it's escalated that has become alarming. Not only to me as an attorney, but obviously as a mom first.
And I think this is maybe where the nerve has been struck, is that every parent out there just wants to
Yes.
do something to protect their child, maybe retrospectively, when it's a little bit too late. And when you hear stories about a grade 1 learner being unsafe in one of the safest, you would imagine, have to be one of the safest environments in South Africa. That's kind of belies why you do what you do. Why do we have to protect children from that age?
That age. The thing is, if they see what's happening on the TV and they see what's happening in the rest of the school, these kids learn from that. You know, it's almost expected that that is how you behave. And honestly, as a parent, I'm going to say it's going to start at home.
So I'm not a violent person, okay? And I'm sitting at home and my child is doing these things that seem so out of character. Where is it actually coming from when it starts at home? Is it my lack of involvement, my ignorance? Is it the snide comments? How does something like this manifest? And maybe I'll throw that to you, focusing on the younger kids, the more impressionable children especially.
I think as parents, and I can only speak for myself here, when I had my son, I was a young parent and I was vigilant. I watched everything that he watched. I made sure that he only watched a certain amount of TV a day. I made sure that every game that he played was rated. By the time I got to my daughter, I was like, you know,
Second
now I have
child syndrome. Yeah,
I have a
100%.
7-year difference, so he wants to watch this, and every time that she's in the room, must I now take her away, or must we only watch cartoons until he's 14 years old?
So you end up watching a lot of Bluey.
Yeah, you know, and so we lack that involvement, I think, as a parent. That's what happened to us.
And then it becomes an easy out.
And then it's an easy out.
Where does this begin then? What was your first thought for culpability in this space? As someone who had to address this practically, where would you start? Do you go straight to the school?
Yeah, you go straight to the school. But I mean, taking the lawyer perception out of this is to make your kid sit down, if your kid is obviously the alleged perpetrator, as to ask the why. Why did this happen? Where did it start? What caused you to act in this manner? And then, obviously, when it comes to the reporting stage, if you're on the end of the victim, it's to first of all create a safe environment for your child specifically, to make them know it's not their fault, to make them know they're not to blame for what has happened to them, and then to take the steps in reporting it to the school, telling them exactly what happened, when it happened, who was involved, detailing it, and the school needs to take it further.
And then things escalate terrifyingly.
Yes.
For the child, for the parent, maybe therein lies one of the reasons why we're not taking that step. I addressed a bullying issue yesterday with my son, trying to figure out what was actually going on. Water was a little bit murky in that space, but he didn't want to talk about things because he was worried about the reaction that was going to happen. How do we address that critical space of just kids being comfortable and safe enough when they're going to go back to school and they're going to have to face that social dynamic once they become the pariah?
It's so difficult to address that. What we do in the show is to teach them the basics. And I think that is where we've gone stray. Parents don't teach the basics anymore. What is it to be kind to others? What does it really mean? You know, can you walk in that other child's shoes and make sure that they understand
Empathy.
Empathy, you know, it is so important. We need to teach them that they are safe and that they can make themselves feel safe in any environment. You know, it's so easy to get into a situation where the kids just don't have the safety that they need to run to. So that is where we touch. We speak to them about resilience. That yes, you know, when our hair was pulled or we were tripped up the stairs, that was a part of bullying. But we were like, you know,
It was an opportunity
it was
to
an
get back up
opportunity
again.
to
yeah.
back up again, and I'm stronger than that. And so these are the things that we touch on in High Five Show, and we do it from grade 1 up to make sure that they understand the basics.
The fundamental building blocks. You know, you talk about home, you talk about schools. Fundamentally, these should be the safest places that our children have. I'm understanding there's an action vacuum that needs to be filled here, and blame is the easy way to kind of absolve ourselves, and I think all of us have had a massive role to play here. So I'm going to ask you to hold the mirror up for the next 5 minutes while we take a moment. When we return, we're going to look at those practical measures we can do as schools, as parents, and yes, as students, to shift the culture in our spaces. We'll see you now.
Make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I am smiling, believe it or not, as we delve back into a very tough conversation. Maybe I am trying to take the edge off here. We're going to delve right back into bullying at the moment, the culture that exists within our schools as it plays out through some major stories that are rocking South Africa at the moment. So if a school it does encounter this, what do we do? We're going to start with Fallon, with the legal route here, because I have a feeling once we start chewing on the legal gristle here properly, it's going to look slightly different. I.e., we haven't seen all the video footage. We don't know what informed to get to this awful moment of violence, but there were violent moments to get to that point. So how do you see this one actually playing out now that thankfully it is in a court of law? And I say that because parents aren't, I think, taking that on board. There is legal process happening now, right?
There is legal process.
And I'm talking about the
ongoing.
Milton incident specifically
yes.
here.
Obviously, the Milton issue specifically at this stage. Look, at this stage, we've got two groups of students in the Milton matter. Those who've attained the age of majority, who's 18, and those who just go slightly beyond the age and are still regarded as minors. So as it's legally going to play out, believe it or not, it's going to have two different sorts of repercussions. Because your 18-year-old is actually treated in our criminal justice system as an adult. Our 18 or the 17 plus 365 days year olds.
And 7 hours, yeah.
Yeah, those ones are treated in our criminal child justice system. So the repercussions are differently. I think the first question one needs to ask is the differentiation between bullying and the fine line that it threads on to become a crime. Not every single little fight on a school field is regarded as bullying. An isolated incident of negative behavior isn't bullying. Conflict amongst peers isn't bullying. But when your situation of bullying mimics and has and it carries elements of a crime, it indeed becomes a crime. So you have your safe threshold of your 12 years under, who has no criminal capacity, and who can actually escape criminal prosecution in terms of our law. You've got the 12 to 14-year-olds who are presumed to lack criminal capacity. And then you've got your 14 to 18-year-olds who are deemed to have criminal capacity. So it's all about the intention when the bullying was inflicted. It's all about the awareness. Did they know what they were doing? Did they reconcile themselves with the wrongfulness of their actions? And then there goes the legal path. And currently, specifically with the Milnerton issue, they are facing assault GBH, assault with the intention to do grievous bodily harm. But believe it or not, that can actually escalate into an attempted murder charge as well.
And lives are ruined
Lives
on
are ruined.
layers here. And obviously, it'd been very publicized about certain kids who play for sports teams and things like
Yes.
that. Again, this seems to lean very heavily into the culture around these kids. I want to hear from you guys right now, and we did put it to you on our social streets. Thank you so much for jumping on board, Vershus. He says from grade 1, there needs to be social awareness classes to teach them about how to treat each other, respecting each other, and not violating another person just because they are different. We get this, we understand it, but we kind of, maybe I say this needs to be a school culture thing, but it has to be a parent thing. It has to be a parent-school thing, parent-school-child thing. How are you addressing this? You've opened that door now in a very proactive way through your organization and how you are dealing with this. Can we fix this retrospectively, or are we going to draw a new line in the sand and say, let's move forward collectively together? How are you feeling about the broader picture in light of what we have seen in the news lately?
Well, maybe I should start by why I created the show, and that was because my daughter was bullied.
What was the context?
She was different, you know, and I saw this play out in front of us, and it broke our family. It was a horrible time to go through. And once she then healed from that, and we had to move her to a different school, and we went through the whole process of reporting it to the school, nothing was done.
You just don't feel heard, yeah?
And we were not heard, and I decided I need to do something as a mom to make sure that other littlies out there has the resilience to stand back up, to know that they are special because they are different.
Yeah, because they stood back up, yeah.
Because they stood back up. So high five it's very simple, you know, and I've already touched on some of it, but the most important one is I am me, where we tell them to take their little thumb and say, I am me, and you are you. And that, just in explaining that to them, that you do not have to be the person next to you. You will never be the person next to you, but you must understand that they are special too. And it's beautiful in a way that we teach them this little song that they take home, and we hope that they teach it to mom and dad.
Mantra, yeah. You know, the parents as well. Maybe this broadcast needs to be hitting the parents as firmly as, because I'm starting to feel all kinds of guilt and compliance and ignorance, and I've lived through the system. So how do we then approach this from a school's perspective?
Every school should have a code of conduct, for starters. And that's the document that every parent should be asking the school to have insight into. Because embedded in that code of conduct should be an anti-bullying policy.
And that must be a lived policy. It's not something
must
that's
be a
talked
lived
about for
policy.
4 hours at the beginning of the year, yeah?
Technically, what should be transpiring is that policy must be circulated amongst the parents annually, that they should know what stands in the document, that they create awareness, what's the repercussions of should bullying transpire to my child, those kind of things. And it's a working document, because what was bullying yesterday is not necessarily going to be the
online
ambit.
is a whole different question as well, yeah.
It's not going to be bullying and what constitutes bullying tomorrow. So it's a working document. It needs to be updated and amended frequently. So from a school's perspective, those are the first things the parents should ask.
Have your legal set.
Yes. And then obviously the reporting requirements is that once it's reported, it does not necessarily have to be reported by the learner itself. It can be a friend, a fellow learner, a teacher whom the child has confided in.
And friends, remember that. If your
Yes.
buddy is facing that on the daily, you have that space
You have
to
the
go
rights and the safe space.
the
and-
responsibility,
yes,
yeah.
to go, because your friend might not actually have enough guts and braveness inside of them to go and speak out, but you can speak out on their behalf. And then obviously the school needs to follow their protocols in terms of the code of conduct, what to do, whether it is to escalate this to the disciplinary inquiry, the school SMT, which is your school management team, your SBST, which is your school-based support team, and from there, what are the actions that the school is going to take? But there's one crucial part that a lot of parents miss, and that is that the school actually has an obligation to investigate. The school needs to investigate.
Hold them to that, yeah.
Yes, we need to go and find out what transpired, who saw what happened, where's the evidence. And people think it's just, it's a report, we need to act. But it's not that. There needs to be some sort of investigation that gives them a basis and a foundation to know, right, we've got the right measures, we know what happened, now we can act.
It's called fact, and when playing in legal spaces, factual basis is absolutely vital. Just feeding on what you've said this morning, and thank you so much for being brave enough to step up for your daughter, or all daughters and sons in that space, because I absolutely love it. I think a big shift we've seen in the southern suburb schools here with the boys, make the dad coaches. Make them legally sign up to adhere to this and change that culture. Watching the change in all of us when we have to take that on board. So I would say from a parent's advice, first of all, thank you so much for the work you do every day. Just don't look to blame someone else. Yes. Maybe if you can just start with that, just what you can do to shore up your child, change the culture, maybe talk to other parents about it, get their advice, start the critical thinking, don't just react. Clearly, there's enough reacting going on all around us. Most importantly, keep our children safe and teach them to keep each other safe.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Such
you.
a pleasure.
What a wonderful conversation that, of course, will continue to live online. So go check back on it if you want a refresh and a reminder. For now, though, I want to head into a place where you might be winning, because I want you to pick your 6 lucky numbers and play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 41 million rand. And that's in total estimated jackpots that goes down this Wednesday. Now, what are you waiting for, Mzansi, is my question to you. You have to play Lotto for an estimated 16 million rand. You also have Lotto Plus 1 for 14 million rand. And then the small change of Lotto Plus 2 for 11 million rand today. So how do you get your hands on some tickets? Well, you buy them in store. You head to the website nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app you could download. There is cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Many ways to win, and we posted all of them on our social media pages. Go and check them out at Expresso Show, and please make sure that you get yourself in the running to win big, not even big, huge, colossal Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. You have to play now as we head into what is going to be a delicious rest of the show. Luke Lawrence Barry. Yes, I'm talking about Chef Luke Lawrence Barry is going to be joining us in studio, the executive chef out at Mount Nelson. Now, he has brought the flair and definitely the flavor to our studios today, because we're cooking Karoo lamb, and not any part of the lamb, but the saddle part of the lamb. So get on and let's get riding. We can't wait to get into the deliciousness of the first installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Thank you, Lucian, and I appreciate you, Mzansi. We'll do better on the other side of this.
Oh, you can make my day.
I said yes!
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters. Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The rumors are all true. It is your feel-good breakfast show. And this morning, we're going to pump that feel-good up to the nth degree because we want you to meet Chef Luke Lawrence Barry. Yes, he's got a three-name name, a South African talent whose culinary journey has taken him across Asia and the Middle East, with standout years in Hong Kong too, which yes, we'll touch base on. Now back on home soil as executive chef at Mount Nelson, a Belmont hotel, he's bringing global inspiration to some local flavor. So let's chat to Luke about his journey, his food, his philosophy, and of course, we'll put him in the kitchen too to test his skills for our culinary hotline bling. And I know him and Chef Clem have been chatting it up. I've been asking you questions about the cut of meat that we're getting into, the saddle of the lamb, and you were giving me a demonstration. You were like, it's somewhere here at the back, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You picture a saddle on a horseback. That's sort of positioning.
That's
the
exactly
positioning
what I
of that cut.
did. Okay, but don't get on a lamb like that, all right? I'm just saying, don't do this at home. But Chef, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I would love for you to take us back to the beginning of your journey, to what sort of first drew you to food, to the world of chefing. What sparked your interest in that world?
As a kid, I grew up with a very exotic palate.
Okay.
I was very open to trying absolutely everything and anything. I grew up in a household where my mother would do a lot of cooking at home. My father would be doing a lot of the outdoor cooking. And I'll be spending as much time as possible in the kitchen, very inquisitive and quite nosy and very fascinated.
I love that.
And it brings me back to the scent of thyme. My mother would cook with the herb thyme, which is actually one of my oldest daughter's name is thyme, like the herb.
No way.
And it's what's my favorite herb to cook with. It smells like home to me. I've actually got a tattoo of the herb on my arm too.
That's incredible.
But those are the earliest days, and I did home economics at school. And I just fell in. That's a subject that I truly applied myself to, and
Sure.
I was just deeply passionate about. And I just knew that I would excel. I didn't see myself sitting behind a desk all day. I'm a very
Crazy.
hands-on, practical
Yeah.
sort of guy. And then from there, I went over to study, and I invested in developing my education around the culinary field, both theoretical as well as practical. And I then went to explore certain different businesses in Cape Town, where I worked for some hotels, some restaurants. And then my wife, who at the time was my wife now to this day,
Your girlfriend
was
then, yeah.
my girlfriend then. It was my boss, was my senior. And
Come on now.
yeah. So I did something right. And
Yes, you did.
she was headhunted to go over to China to open up a hotel brand over there as the head chef. And I packed my bags and I followed.
You said, let's go.
Yeah.
Baby, lead me. Wherever
Yeah.
you go, I'll go.
Absolutely.
To China then.
To China.
And your journey over there started in a restaurant, I
I
assume?
started. I have a predominant restaurant background.
Yeah.
I have touched on and worked in hotels. I worked in a restaurant group within China, Shenzhen to be more specific. My wife opened up a hotel chain.
Sure.
We would travel to Hong Kong on our days off every
course,
week.
yeah.
It's about a 30-minute ferry trip, so it's not too
Yeah.
far. And we just fell in love with the city. So
Oh
it's one of
my
those.
gosh.
It's cosmopolitan. It's New York in Asia.
Yes. So I have to ask you, Hong Kong, I know we'll get into quickfire later, but Hong Kong or Cape Town, in terms of cuisine, where's your heart?
Right now it's Cape Town for sure.
Okay, it is.
Absolutely.
The food
Hong
here
Kong's
is amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Hong Kong covers cuisines from all different hemispheres around the world. Cape Town is, I mean, people are talking about Cape Town all the time. I can see the tourism already coming in. Season for us has started already.
Absolutely.
It's kicked off nice and early.
Yeah.
But Cape Town's doing some real special things right now.
Oh, well, shout out to us. We'll continue down that as well. I've got to ask you, though, I have to take something away from this in terms of the lessons that you learned along the way, Chef, because the high-pressure environment that you put yourself in when you're in that kitchen is something like I haven't even experienced. So what sort of lessons or takeaways have you had over the past couple of years that really stand out for you?
You know, nowadays, and I've been very fortunate to work for people and companies that are very values-driven. And as long as I see some value alignment,
Yeah.
it's going to be fine, and we're going to have a fantastic work environment. Values are absolutely everything. That's the sort of culture I enforce.
Yeah.
We always go back to our values, and that's integrity, compassion, and respect.
Sure.
And that's how we operate within our kitchen. There's no screaming, shouting.
Yeah.
Everyone is to be treated with absolute integrity, empathy, and respect.
And respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a life lesson, actually. We can carry that everywhere. Do you have more than one kid?
I've got 4 kids.
Okay, you got to name them because Time is the one.
So I've got Time, who's the oldest. I've got Autumn, like the season. I've got Finley, who's my only son. And then I've got Marley, who's our youngest daughter.
Stop it. Those are such great names. Listen, if ever I have kids one day, I'm going to take some advice from you, Chef. But your journey now has brought you back to Cape Town. You stepped into the role of executive chef, of course, Mount Nelson, a beautiful space in 2024. It's such an institution. I mean, look at that with deep heritage. It looks like a Wes Anderson movie in and of itself. So what did it feel like just being in that iconic space, in that kitchen, part of history, but building, of course, the future of the culinary space there?
We turned 126 years old this year. The hotel's bigger than I am. It always will be bigger than I am. I'm playing a small little part at the end of the day. It's going to be there for another 126 years. It's like I said, it's bigger than I am. I've got so much responsibility to uphold and improve the name from a culinary perspective of the hotel. It's not about me. It's about the hotel and what's best for the hotel. I graduated on the lawns at the Mount Nelson when I finished college, so it's a complete 360.
Full circle.
So it's an absolute honor. You know, we got an incredible team, and all of us, we all know that the Mount Nelson's bigger than us, and we need to just do what's absolutely right for the hotel.
Yeah, well, you've got some big shoulders to definitely carry it all.
Absolutely.
And we trust the work of your hands. In fact, we'll put them to the test on the show today for 3 installments of the Culinary Hotline Bling. I know that Chef Clem is so excited to get cooking with you. He's like, Carissa, bring him here. So I'm going to send you off into the kitchen, Chef, and
Fantastic.
we cannot wait to get into our first little recipe. Chef Clem, what's to come?
Yes, man, please stop hogging him. Please, please. Good morning, South Africa. My name's Clem Pedro. Welcome to the Culinary Hotline Bling. Hey, can you hear how weak that was? Can you hear? I said it's a Culinary Hotline Bling. Much better. Now, this morning we have Chef Luke Lawrence Barry, Executive Chef at Mount Nelson, in the kitchen with us, and he's going to be preparing a mouth-watering roast saddle of Karoo lamb infused with fragrant wild garlic from the Nelly Garden, a true celebration of local flavors and seasonal ingredients. And this morning, if you have any questions for me or amazing Chef Luke, please send us your WhatsApp voice notes to the number 063 036 9649. Chef Luke, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you, Chef Clem.
It is such a treat for us having you this morning.
It's
Thank
my
you so
honor, my
much
privilege.
for.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've got a lot happening, and I'm really happy that you're stepping in because we are stepping into the festive season. In fact, I believe October 1st is the start of the festive season. As soon as the stores put up those Christmas decorations, it's here. So a lot of these flavors are looking like what's going to be featuring on my Christmas menu, and I'm seeing lamb first of all. What are we doing with our lamb today?
You're very right by saying that. I think a lot of you could utilize these ingredients and flavors for Christmas. It will give you that sort of Sunday roast with a bit of a summery twist to it as we're going into summer. At the Mount Nelson, at a more particular veranda, we pride ourselves on classic cookery, and we're going to bring a lot of classic sort of techniques today.
I'm gonna do a very tricky thing. We're gonna cook as we talk. Is that okay? Is that fine?
You might need to be a little bit patient with me. I'll try my best to keep it organic and
We got
natural as you
patience.
can.
We got patience by the bucket load. Okay, cool. You'll do that, and for the viewers at home, we'll catch up on some of the steps. But I really want to find out a little bit more about you. So let's go to the first step of our cooking process. Where do we start? Because this lamb, I know that the love has already happened here. A lot has happened to the lamb already. Where we
So
at?
what we've done here is we very carefully deboned. We've ordered in this beautiful saddle of lamb. Lamb's coming from the Karoo, as mentioned.
Quickly, chef. So if I was a lamb, where is it from?
It'll be over there. If you were to crouch and I'll be sitting on your back, I'll be sitting on your saddle, which is right over there.
The things I do for you guys at home, so you understand what we're talking about. Okay, so the saddle. So that's quite a tender piece.
You got a lot of sinew in certain parts. You got a bit of the belly attached to. You got the butchery is very critical. You got the tender loins and you got the belly also, which has that's a bit more chewy. And
Right.
It requires a different cooking method.
Lovely. And so we've stuffed it with the wild garlic.
Correct.
Talk to me about the Nelly garden.
So we're very fortunate to have ample sort of land around us, and when I arrived at the Mount Nelson, there was this beautiful underutilized piece of land that I said to our general manager, sustainability is one of Belmont's pillars and very important to us. It's always part of our thought process in everything that we do, not just from the food perspective. We utilized and we made a beautiful herb garden. The herbs that we had planted are your herbs that we would use a lot of. So to prevent ordering, we're saving money and also just
Lessening your carbon footprint.
Lessening
There's
carbon
things that have
footprint,
to be brought
absolutely.
in. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let's go. So we've got our lamb prep. Next steps with the lamb.
So what we've done already is we've deboned the lamb. We've ordered the saddle of lamb. We've deboned it. We've cleaned it up as best possible. We've then filled it with a wild garlic and chicken farce mousse. And the reason why we use chicken as a protein, so when we cook it, it'll actually set and maintain the integrity of the shape that we're looking for. And then we've gently roasted in the oven.
When you say gentle, what temperature are we talking?
160 for about 20 minutes until
Okay.
it reaches the internal temperature of about 42 degrees.
All right, next steps. Now we're going to open it up and let the magic happen. And while you're doing that, I'm going to come through with the 3rd degree questions. You become the executive chef of not just any hotel and any just property in Cape Town. You become executive chef of the iconic Mount Nelson. I wouldn't know where to begin. What do you do? Do you change everything? Do you just keep everything the same? Like I would just freeze, or what happens next? What was your approach to then taking on the new look, the new 2025 presentation offering?
So working at the Mount Nelson, as you said, it's a big deal, and I try not to think about it too much because I don't want to put myself, I don't want to make myself nervous. So I try to keep natural. At the end of the day, I could never do what we do on my own. I don't do it on my own. We do it as a collective team. I've got a fantastic team. Go in there and change. I don't change the world. Like I said, it's not about me. I need to assess, talk to the team around me, understand what the guests want, understand the philosophy and ambitions of the hotel
Right.
itself, and follow suit. The hotel's not following my
There we
suit.
go.
I'm following the hotel suit.
Let's talk about philosophy as we're cooking, because like I can chat all day. I know. We do that. Philosophy, your philosophy in food. Like if you had to sum it all up as to what offering you present, what you bring, how would you describe your food philosophy, your food offering?
Really heroing our local suppliers, our local ingredients. So locality is super, super important. Seasonal, fresh, and keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it really simple.
I love it a lot because the young chefs that are coming out there are looking for inspiration, but at the moment I feel like inspiration's coming from media. So it's a lot of like flames, action, fireworks, when actually cooking's all about fundamental cooking practices and keeping it simple.
Absolutely.
So I love it. You heard it from the professional right here to all the young chefs. Keep it simple. This does not look simple, but it looks beautiful. If I can just turn it to the camera so they can see what's happening inside there. That's our beautiful lamb saddle inside, and the wild garlic, which is like the green that's all around there.
Correct.
And we've got our chicken on the outside. So what happens now, because we've got the pan going, are we going to start
So
searing
we're going
things
to
off?
the reason why I'm starting with this protein first is we want to really on low heat start rendering out the fat. We want to start crisping up that skin ever so slightly, and then what we're going to do is finish in the pan. So we're going to put it into a cold pan. We're not looking for immediate color. We're looking for it to cook slowly from the outside in, so we can render out that fat.
Lovely. And what are we serving? We'll definitely do a little plating for you in the next segment, but what are we going to be serving our beautiful lamb with?
We're going to be serving it today with a potato pave. So that's potatoes that we've thinly sliced at the raw stage. We've then in a sheet tray, layer the slice of potato, brush it with butter, another layer of sliced potato, butter, potato. Obviously, with seasoning in between.
Say no more, because we're actually not going to prep that, because I want you to see that happen on camera. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a little short ad break, but when we come back, see more myself and Chef Luke. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you can make my day.
Protea Hotels by Marriott is where hospitality feels like home. It's why when your family is with us, we treat you all like a member of ours. Book now and be more than a guest. Go there with Marriott Bonvoy.
Only you can make my day.
Protea Hotels by Marriott.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's dive into some cricket because we are being treated to some spectacular cricket at the moment. And the Proteas women, well, we've seen both sides of that coin. They've shown some incredible fight and resilience throughout this World Cup. Some brilliant individual performances and the team clicking. From a tough start to an inspiring run of victories that certainly reignited belief across South Africa. They are now into the crunch and they have proven their ability to bounce back when it matters most. And they're going to need that. They are just a step away from the final. And of course, standing in their way, a familiar opponent, England. Oh, no strangers to the space. Joining us to preview this blockbuster semi, Warren LaRue. So much to chew on, my friend. So much to chew on. First of all, well done. You kind of called it. And not in the best way possible. Dare I ask what went wrong against a team? Obviously, we expected them to do well, to set a great total. So was it as much as losing the coin toss? Or did everything fail for us? Talk us through that Australia loss.
Graham, firstly, thanks again for having me on the show.
Love having you here, dude.
Look, it came down to our struggles against spin, again, unfortunately. Look, full credit to Alana King, 7 for 18. Career best figures.
That's the best of any Aussie bowler, right?
Best figures at a Women's World Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if Shane Warne has done something like that, to be honest.
No, look, she's a remarkable talent, so you've got to take your hat off to her. But again, the main thing is just our struggles to spin. For me, the most disappointing aspect wasn't necessarily being bowled out for 97 even. It was just the fact that we couldn't get through 25 overs, because I've said it so often, if we can just get through the power play, even if we're batting at a very low economy rate, if we can keep wickets at the back end, it is so essential, because we've seen our middle order really perform if we just have wickets.
If we've got those 50, it's almost just a 50-run cushion. It doesn't need to be a lot. Like you say, that can be as much as 2 wickets, just holding on.
Exactly.
Is this the loss that we wanted? And I know I can say that loosely, obviously, but we do like a bounce back. We do like to pick ourselves back up and have that kind of focus. We've proven it in this World Cup. So if you were going to lose one, this would be the one to do it. But then what if we lose the toss today?
Oh, yeah. Here we go again with the toss. No, look.
And I hate to oversimplify it, but this has been the algorithm of this World Cup, right?
No, it's so true. And the main thing is, look, you must win the toss and actually know what to do.
There we go. Make a choice.
The main pattern that we've seen is that teams who are batting dominant, once they chase, it's actually relatively easy. Whether it's 280, 290, which is a big total. I mean, we saw India post 320 against Australia. One would have thought, geez, that's
Easy
more than
peasy,
enough.
yeah.
And Oz went and won that. So that toss is absolutely essential. But as I say, the main thing for us is just not to panic today. Even if we do lose the toss and we do get off to a slow start, I'll say it again, that middle order is so essential for us. They score so freely towards the back end. Nadine de Klerk, if she's coming in at 8, and she can strike at 150 strike rates, there really shouldn't be too many worries. But one thing that we do know is England are going to absolutely bombard us with spin.
That was going to be my next question, because we've done really well shoring up our own attack in that space. So kudos to our management for preparing the girls well. We could have done with maybe a few more balls in the nets, though, when it comes to the spin. I know we just don't have tracks like that back home to prepare on. So With that being said, there's nothing we can do about it now. What is the mindset then? What do you as a coach say to these ladies? Because they're a kind of an expressive team that you need to have the confidence to go out there and do it. So you don't want them to be thinking about the mistakes that they've made. But this is a tough one. So how do we approach the batting for today, regardless of whether we win the toss or not?
Yeah. I mean, look, Graham, we've got so much experience in that lineup.
Depth now, yeah.
I can sit here and say what they have to do. They know what they have to do. It's just patience within the first 20 overs. And the main thing is, I mean, looking at the stats, we lost, obviously, Alana King took 7 for 18, as we discussed. We lost 8 wickets in total to spin of the 10 in our last game. If we include the England result, where we were bowled out for 69, we lost 15 wickets of our 20 wickets to spin. So it doesn't make for a pretty reading. But I'll say it again. Today, what also could happen is we saw Sophie Eccleston in the last game against New Zealand. She's been England's strike bowler, by far their best spinner for the past 8 years.
Decade, yeah.
She's actually picked up a shoulder injury, so it's a race against time for her fitness. If she is fit, will she be at 100% is the other question. So again, if she doesn't play, we mustn't think, you know, we're off the hook here, because they're still going to bring on part-time spinners, regardless, because they
know the gap, yeah.
They've seen our struggles against spin. So again, just patience within the first 20 to 25 overs and leave it to our middle order, who have performed under pressure so many times throughout this World Cup.
And right now I can hear Laura saying, hold my beer, and just stepping up, because I think our captain, fantastic, she hasn't had her say just yet. We can talk about Nadine, we can talk about Marizanne, all of these amazing players, but I think she is still at the core there. In your heart of hearts, now that we are entering into the knockout phase, how are you feeling about who's going to be in that final and who has earned the right to take this title? I'm still backing the Proteas ladies. I think this is just the kind of wake-up call that they respond to. So that's where my heart is. How are you feeling?
Graham, what I will say is we are the complete underdogs, which is a tag I think we love to have.
Bring it on. Yeah.
Every single time we've had an underdog tag, be it in rugby or cricket, we've always really stepped up to the plate. So again, look, India are playing Australia tomorrow. I would love for India to do us a favour, because I think we'd much rather play India in the final. Can you imagine beating India in that final?
Oh, man.
It would be such an incredible experience. I mean, look, England today are going to be very, very tricky, but if we can just nullify that spin bowling attack in the first 10 to 20 overs, I keep bringing up the first 10 to 20.
Yeah, but it's key.
But that original power play, what we've seen is when we lose our wickets early, we sometimes go into a panic. We've seen it against England and Australia respectively. So just patience. In the first
that's when we lose those crucial runs, that little cushion that we need.
It tends to happen just because teams, as I say, bowl spin in that first 10, and they know that, what the Proteas women, if they're not batting at extremely high strike rate or run rate, they do tend to take that extra risk and then lose a wicket. And then before we
just got to open that gap.
We're 50 for 5.
Oh, I have a feeling. Well, I can even hear the balls being struck in the nets right now. I don't think the girls have left the nets. They've been playing spin for the last 4 days, non-stop, eating it, sleeping it. Now these ladies are up for the challenge. They've proven their resilience, their absolute grit, and now it's time for those individuals to stand up and shine. But England taking on the Proteas ladies in the semi-final of the Cricket World Cup. We can't wait.
We look forward to that indeed. For now, though, it's just gone 7 o'clock. Time now for your national news headlines to get the second hour of your Feel Good Breakfast show started. Now, nationally speaking, Limpopo's residential property market is the fastest growing in South Africa, rising over 12% in May 2025. This is followed by the Western Cape and Gauteng. Now, Polokwane and towns like Mokopane, Tsenin, and Louis Trichardt have become hotspots, with house values in Polokwane tripling over a decade. Middelburg and Tsenin also showed significant growth, rising 87% and 60% respectively. Now, strong economic growth, infrastructure projects, safety, warm climate, tourism and mining are key drivers. Experts say the property boom reflects both investor confidence as well as rising demand from local buyers seeking better quality housing. In other news in the country, South Africa marked a milestone with the delivery of 300 locally manufactured Prosa train sets, dubbed Isitimele Sabantu. Now, built by Gibela in Nkuruleni, these modern extropolis megatrains enhance passenger rail safety, efficiency and reliability. Now, Minister Barbara Creasy highlighted the initiative's economic impact, local skills development and technology transfer, saying restored services improve travel times and economic participation. Now, the launch coincided with Transport Month, underlining the government's commitment to integrated, sustainable transport that supports job creation, inclusive growth, and community development across Equatini and beyond. In your international news making headlines, Hurricane Melissa has made landfall near New Hope, Jamaica, as a catastrophic Category 5 storm with sustained winds of about 295 kilometers per hour and a record low central pressure of 892 millibars, making it the most intense tropical cyclone of 2025 and among the strongest ever recorded in the Atlantic. Now, the storm has unleashed life-threatening flooding, landslides and widespread infrastructure damage across the island, cutting power to thousands. Now, Melissa is now moving toward eastern Cuba and the Bahamas while still maintaining major hurricane strength. Meanwhile, in news on the continent, Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has secured a fourth term with nearly 90% of the vote. This is according to provincial results. Now, the 83-year-old leader's landslide was widely expected after key popular rivals, including Laurent Gbagbo and Tidjane Thiam, were ruled ineligible. Now, former Commerce Minister Jean-Louis Bullion received just over 3% and former First Lady Simone Gbagbo 2%. Voter turnout stood at about 50%, reflecting growing apathy since the 2010 post-election conflict that killed 3,000 people. Now, Ouattara has presided over stability and steady economic growth in the world's top cocoa producer. And closing up with this story was smiles and cheers that filled Idis Valley in Stellenbosch as Western Cape Mobility Minister Isaac Seleku and Provincial Sustainability Transport Program handed over 44 brand new bicycles to local community organizations. Now, the handover forms part of a province-wide effort to boost safe, affordable and eco-friendly transport. Since 2019, more than 500 bicycles have already been distributed through the initiative, helping learners reach school, workers cut travel costs, and neighborhood watchers keep communities safer. Now, for many in Idis Valley, these bicycles mean more than just wheels. They represent freedom, dignity and new opportunities rolling steadily towards a brighter, more connected future. On that feel-good note, we leave your 7 o'clock news. We'll touch in again at 8. For now, though, it's time for a sporting update with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with rugby and plenty to get excited about the next Bok test. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus, he has named 20-year-old prop Zachary Portman to make his test debut up against Japan in London this coming Saturday. Cheslin Colby starts at fullback, while Siya Kolisi, he leads a very strong side, featuring several Japan-based players as well. Brilliant idea. The match arranged to boost their game time and I think also promote the sport in two countries that love it. Kicks off 10 past 6 in the evening, so be aware of that. Then we get into some cricketing action from yesterday, and Reza Hendricks, he struck a fluent 60, and then George Linda smashed a 36 of 22, while Corbin Bosch impressed with the ball in hand, figures of 4 wickets for 14 runs. That is, the Proteas beat Pakistan by 55 runs in their first T20 international in Rawalpindi. So South Africa now, as a result, lead the 3-match series 1-0, with that second game set for Friday in Lahore. Now let's bring it back home for footballing news, and Orlando Pirates, oh, they are smiling this morning. They survived a tense 2-1 quarterfinal win over Magesi FC at Orlando Stadium, with Tsepang Moremi and substitute Evidence Makgopa scoring for the Buccaneers. Magesi did create some nervy moments, pulling one back through Lekholonolo Mokone in stoppage time, but they just couldn't find that equaliser. There was hope, but Pirates, they held true, and they now join Richards Bay and Golden Arrows in the semi-finals. And of course, the focus will shift to this Saturday's derby clash, the big one up against Mamelodi Sundowns. Oh, it's going to mean a lot for this season. Now let's get back into our tennis action, and what a year we've been treated to. British player Cameron Norrie, he wants some more. He pulled off a shock top 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 win over world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz at the Paris Masters, ending the Spaniard's 17-match Masters 1000 winning streak. Meanwhile, Daniel Medvedev, he cruised past Jean Munar 6-1, 6-3 to reach round 2 there as well. And that's now we'll see him facing Gregor Dimitrov in the French capital. That's where we'll leave our sport for now. At around 8 o'clock, we'll touch on those headlines again. Let's see if the roads are up and running.
Well, taking a look at the roads for the first time this morning, we get started in KZN in Westville, where there's a stationary bus on the N3 northbound, and that's after St. James Avenue interchange. Now, the left lane is affected with no delays being currently experienced. Out in Cape Town, in Kales River, heavy congestion is being experienced on the R300 North, and that's on the N1 inbound ramp. Now, motorists are urged to maintain a safe following distance and, of course, proceed with caution when using that affected route. But wherever you are headed, as peak traffic does increase, we hope that you arrive alive. So we leave your roads. Let's check in with your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning, and that is for severe thunderstorms bringing heavy downpours, damaging winds, lightning and small hail over Gauteng, most of Northwest and Free State, Northern Cape, the Highveld of Mpumalanga, and the western and northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, localized flooding, infrastructure damage and minor accidents are possible in these regions. Extremely high fire danger conditions are expected in parts of the northern and western Cape, while hot, humid weather will make conditions uncomfortable in northeastern KwaZulu-Natal. All those warnings bring us into the sunrise view of this hour. So let's check out what Pringle Bay looks like through the eyes of Rob. And listen, Robbie, oh Robbie, you have definitely given us a view of note. This is so gorgeous. I mean, it looks like the sky is on fire. Just letting you know that 20 degrees is what you can expect out in Pringle Bay today. And in fact, I definitely want to secure a spot right there on the beach, maybe with a picnic blanket with my cozy. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for sharing what your morning looks like on your side of town. And listen, it is pretty much your responsibility, your duty to hit us up on this number, 063-036-9649. And also let us know what it's looking like on your part from Pringle Bay and beyond. For now, though, let's check in with those temperatures to prep for your Wednesday.
Oh, that looks beautiful outside, but what if I told you that that sky was not the limit? Okay, well, at least not for long. It's the final week of the World Sports Betting Cash Out game. So hold steady, hold your nerve and cash out smart. Don't let those winnings fly off into the sunset, as we have seen happen many times. But please stand the chance to be our next last on-air pilot this coming Friday, where you could win yourself between 1,000 and 10,000 Rand. But you have to cash out in time, just like last week's winner, I think, won 8,075 Rand. I mean, come on. But you've got to head over to the Expresso social pages and tell us this if you want to take part. You cashed out and won big. What's the first thing you do with your winnings, okay? Don't be an emotional spender like my good friend Carissa. Think about it, okay? Make it good, because we're going to have a lot of entries for this one. And don't forget that qualifying hashtag World Sports Betting in your comment. The competition closes at 10 a.m. this coming Thursday. That's the 30th of October, but you can find all the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. After the break, we are going gaga for the babies. Now, we're going to help you make sure that your baby has the best possible start in in life. It's going to be a cuteness overload, great nutritional advice there as well. It's all about putting the building blocks in the right place. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's talk about babies. Over the years, Woolworths has earned their reputation as a trusted leader, bar none, in the food industry. They are known for delivering peace of mind, unbelievable variety, exceptional quality, yes, and then the ultimate convenience to us, the customers, because we are a little bit lazy. And Woolworths product developer who is not lazy, Danny the Rate, is here to introduce us to their latest baby food innovations, which include long-life baby food pouches and a new range of organic baby cereals. I'm going to say it again, organic baby cereals. Drops mic, leave stage. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I love it when you bring like a little demonstration to do it.
Do a little
Albeit
demo.
the easiest demonstration we have ever done. We're just going to pour in. I love this. I always have to start with the difference because those who understand, those who know
Yes.
that there is magic in that part of the Woolworths DNA, the difference. So what is the difference when it comes to Woolies' baby offering in general?
I think the great thing about this is that we're really trying to make your life easier. And so we've created these amazing products just like you would at home. So we're using 100% real veggies, real fruit. We've got free-range meat, and then very excitingly, all our grains are now organic, which is great.
And this comes at no small measure of resource, of investment, of time. Why was it so important for you guys to get this right? And as a parent, I can understand it very quickly. But from your perspective, this is quite a statement to make in a space where there's not a lot of wriggle room.
So as a mom myself, and with many friends with Bubba's, we really looked at the market and wanted to give the customer and baby the best product.
And baby, thank you for saying that.
We are so fortunate to work with amazing suppliers that support the good business journey that Woolworths is on. Not only from sustainability and packaging, but also with the purest ingredients. And at the end of the day, you only want the best ingredients, especially as baby starts on their weaning journey.
Very much so. Those phases of, and this becomes kind of your guide as well.
Absolutely.
Because you feel like, okay, I'm getting it right. My baby's in this phase, the world's in the phase with me. We're all moving in the right direction. I'm seeing some beautiful jumping off points. Talk me through the highlights reel here. What are the products that have got you most excited?
So the thing that I'm most excited about, because this took the hardest work, is definitely our organic baby cereal. So the exciting thing about this is that there's no added sugar, which is a huge plus.
Well done.
No added salt, and again, the grains are organic, and they are so pure in taste that you can really, at home, mix it up. So you can add banana or our pouches, and you can really...
kind of nuanced for your baby's palate.
Exactly. So you can make it as neutral or as plain as you want. And then the exciting thing for me is our long life baby pouches. So on the go, pop it in your handbag, you don't need a fridge. And then we've actually introduced bone broth, which is very exciting. It's first to market.
Can I go carnival with my baby now? Oh, you know, every carnival parent out there is going, oh my word, my baby's going carnival, I promise you.
So bone broth, as you know, is so high in nutrition.
In everything.
Exactly.
Everything.
And then we've also added some local rooibos flavor, which we're very excited about. So really what you want to do in the weaning stages of baby is just introduce as much as you can to their palate so that they can start exploring from a young age.
I love it. You can just mix and match with what's here, never mind adding anything else, because the flavor profiles, and you are chefs at heart. And I think that's a great way to approach this. Nutrition is one thing, but I'm learning as a parent, your kids have got to enjoy eating the healthy food first. That being said, I'm dying for our little science experiment here, as simple as it is. Talk me through what's going on here. So what flavors are we playing with?
Okay, so today what I'm going to play with is we're doing our... So also all our profiles have smooth or texture, so you would want to start with smooth in the beginning of baby's weaning journey. So this is our organic creamy oat flour cereal. All our cereals are also vegan, which is great.
It does help a lot. Because now the problem is you're getting 6+ month-year-olds that are aware of their own vegan nature now, because that's how woke we have become in this space.
Or milk allergens.
100%. I get you. What I'm laughing at, though, with the texture here, if you want to have a little bit of fun with your bubba, maybe introduce the textures just before they are quite comfortable with it, just to get the facial expressions. It's hilarious. But you can see how much they respond to flavor because of those facial expressions. It's hilarious, but they love it.
They love it. So what you want to do here is, ideally, you would use breast milk or formula. We don't have that today, so we're going to use some water, which you can also do if Bubba has any allergen to dairy or milk, etc. So you're just going to really take your consistency like that. You'll measure it out, which we've done prior, and then you're going to mix, and you'll probably make it, as you know, how baby would want it, so as smooth as possible. And just really add, and you can see you can make it as thick as you want it.
Just build it up.
And you can just slowly build it up, as I said, like with your breast milk or with formula.
And this is great because, you know, as a dad, you want to find ways that you can offer value, yes, but also take the edge off feeding, take the edge off the schedule.
Yeah.
And this is something, a message maybe for the wives as well, like that, the fact that my wife was open to expressing and giving me the night feeds, and that it gave me such a wonderful, yes, I didn't sleep for the same amount of time as her, which I think helped her in a great amount, but it allowed us to kind of share the load in a very different way, but I got the joy of having these beautiful, intimate moments with my bubba, which I will always be grateful for. So spread the load to share the love, you know?
So you can just see how super easy that's just mixed up like that. And then what you want to do is, if you want to introduce a flavor profile, so let's take our peach and rooibos, you can literally just do a few squirts like that.
What a mix.
And then you just combine it like that. And it's so great because then baby, again, This is such a great neutral palette, and then you just add as you go. So you can even do mush banana, but ideally our pouches are great if you want to add in and get some more flavor profiles.
Because you know it's
going.
only good going
Absolutely.
in. You are just adding nutritional
Yeah.
value. Oh, you guys have knocked us out the park, as you do, Danny.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it. On behalf of all the lazy parents out there, well done. No, I think once you've got your parent card, you have proven you are not lazy.
No.
So go and conquer this day. And of course, with Woolies in our corner, we can be assured of the quality. And I love the long life baby pouches, the notion that you can go out there, tackle your day, and baby is fine. And the fact that they've gone all in on organic, yes, vegan boxes is ticked. You've got smooth, you've got textured. I would recommend introducing the textured just a little bit early to watch the facial expressions. No, the most important thing is baby is safe, we are safe, and it's delicious. Every box is ticked. Find it online, in store, and get inspired for your baby. You head over to the app and maybe get some culinary inspiration there as well. Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Oh, all that's missing is a little cute baby in studio. But right now we want to get rooted in the earth, yet inspired by the tides. And I'm talking all things land and sea that just embodies the harmony between nature's strength and, of course, movement. Today we dive into how this palette from the Plascon's 2026 color forecast infuses every space with grounding warmth, soothing depth, and a serene sense of connection. So let's check it out.
Handmade is this year's theme for the 2026 Plascon Color Forecast, and what an incredible way to introduce our new color world and to bring you to the elements that inspired color from the very beginning. Welcome to Land and Sea, because today we are going to draw inspiration from the natural elements around us. Let's see, where you have been working with the Lookbook Studio and you've been a vital part in creating these color families, the color worlds that we have at the Plascon 2026 Color Forecast. Which one is your favorite? Why does it resonate with you?
It's the land and sea. I love it, maybe for obvious reasons, because we're living in this beautiful country. So another thing that I love about this palette is the contrast between bashful blue and green with envy. That's exactly what speaks to land and sea.
Joining me right now is Storm Ross, the style editor of Our House and Leisure, and also the style director for Lookbook, who were the creatives behind the 2026 Plascon Color Forecast. Take me through the color world, land and sea.
We decided to go with land and sea. It's a more cooler color palette. We really feel like nature and the ocean and the land is having like a real comeback. We seem to be craving more cooler tones, nature.
Joining me now is Rushana Gray, the founder of Felt and Sea. Rushana, welcome to the 2026 Plascon Color Forecast. Stepping in here, it feels like a breath of fresh air. Tell us a little bit about your brand, Felt and Sea.
We are a collective of teachers and foragers, chefs, scientists, foodies, and what we aim to do is inspire reciprocal relationships with the land and sea, using food and ecology as a medium for teaching with nature as our classroom.
Our concept this year is handmade. How does that resonate with you?
Handmade is something that is visible and that is embodied every day. Whether it's gathering wild herbs from the mountainside and crafting them into beautiful wild flavored salts, or weaving together flower crowns. Yeah, it's a big part of what we do. And I think that handmade is really important in our busy lives these days.
The color world land and sea is really trendy within the 2026 Plascon Color Forecast. Why do you believe that this color world is making a comeback?
I think there is this draw to nature, and I think people are craving nature. And also the hustle and bustle of life, I think people are wanting to bring a little bit of calmness into their life. So I think this unusual combination of green and blue is coming back almost out of necessity.
How do we embrace natural elements within our decor that we choose within our homes, and also the colors we choose around us?
I think we can draw so many inspirations from our natural worlds. Everything's so perfectly designed, all of these beautiful color palettes that are out there, and to just bring some of that into our homes and into our living spaces is really beautiful.
When I think of land, I think of feeling rooted, steady, like all of our homes should be. And when I think of sea, I think of fluidity, contrast. Use these colors to inspire yourself at this year's 2026 Plascon Color Forecast.
And there you have it. From coastal calm to earthy richness, land and sea evokes timeless harmony, of course bringing balanced depth and effortless tranquility to contemporary spaces. Get inspired by colour and stand to win. Plascon is giving away 2,000 Rand cash every Wednesday, and you could be our next lucky winner. All you need to do is follow Plascon South Africa on social media. Then head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram, or X and tell us which of Plascon's handmade colour worlds is your favourite. Don't forget to include hashtag Plascon Colour Forecast 2026 in your entry. T's and C's apply. See expressoshow.com for more. Plascon, make your own world.
All right, time to put some stuff in our belly. Okay, Chef Luke is here with every pot. He asked for every pot and pan and skillet in our kitchen, which we are glad to give him, hey?
I mean, it's about normal to me.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jim.
What's next on the menu?
I'm going to get Clem involved, which is quite fun.
Oh, they've taken us away. Look.
Where we go? I'm still here. You're still here. The SABC.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the kitchen for the second installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Now, next, Chef Luke takes us through the preparation of that delicious karoo.
You can say karoo if you want.
Thank you. Hey! Karoo lamb. And it is looking and smelling amazing. Don't forget, if you want to get involved, please send us your voice notes to WhatsApp. And that amazing number is 063 036 9649. Now that I know how to say karoo lamb, let's talk about it. Okay, we browned it off beautifully. We rendered out that fat.
Absolutely.
Basically, what we're going to do now is it's the last steps before we assemble this dish. So I'm going to swap sides because I think I need to be that side.
You're going to pop this side? You're going to help me today?
What I absolutely love about everything that's going on, it's a lot of pans and there's a lot of things going on, but I wanted the viewers to see how much goes into one dish. And it's a lot. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy. So we brought out every pot so you can see that. I love it. I'm doing spinach, so what do you need me to do for your spinach?
So we spoke about simplicity. With simplicity, it's very hard to achieve simplicity. First of all, I want to make sure we're using the best available ingredients. Those are the true artists. They speak the language on the plates. And the reason why we got so many different pots and pans is I want to maintain the integrity of each ingredient and cook them separately so each ingredient tastes like it should taste.
And then they end up on the plate representing themselves, and that's what you see. It's visual. It's the immersiveness. I love it. So spinach is going to go into our pot.
So what we're going to do first is I'm going to pop the lamb back into this pan.
Okay.
And we're going to baste it in butter, thyme, and garlic.
Happiness.
And while I'm doing that, what you can do is you can saute the spinach. We're not looking for any color on the spinach. We want to maintain that nice, vibrant green. And then you can pop it onto a paper towel, which can be over here. So all of our components, once they're all finished cooking, we're going to put everything in here, and we're going to use this area to plate off of.
Got you. Okay. Spinach is going to join that in a bit. So can I grab that salon?
Absolutely.
There we go. Talk to me about your chefing influence, because you've been around the world. You've cooked everywhere. Where have you been?
So I started off in China, Cape Town first initially. Then I moved over to China, Spent 2 years in China, then I spent a good 8 years in Hong Kong, working in it with a hotel group at first, and then I joined a large restaurant group. And then the Middle East approached me. I went to do the Middle East. We partook in events such as the Formula One Grand Prix, which was super exciting.
Wow.
They had a portfolio of restaurants as well as of huge events and banqueting department. So we did special projects like the Formula One. And then I went back to Hong Kong. That's where our heart was lying. And then South Africa, Cape Town knocked on my door.
And you came back.
And I always said if it makes sense, I'll go back home. And the Mount Nelson made absolute sense.
Oh my word, that's amazing. Let's talk about the shift, because from Cape Town to China, I mean, in South Africa, we are French trained in our culinary, like in the culinary cuisine. But then to shift over to China, where it's such a different market you're catering to. Yes, you're still going to be executing the French cuisine, the techniques, different palates. So what do you do then? What is the method? Do you cater to the general public, or do you influence them by bringing in your style of cooking?
I think influence is one thing, but I think it's very important. If I'm a foreigner in someone's country, I need to honor the people around me,
right?
The locals. So we also want to do what's right by them. You know, educating is not. I don't like the word too much from a culinary perspective. I like people.
The word educating.
The word educating too much. We like to explain our philosophies and beliefs and cuisines. However, we need to make sure we're adapting recipes to the local palate.
Right.
It's super important.
Let's talk about the local palate. South African food. Given that you've now traveled the world, you've been everywhere, you've cooked everywhere and eaten everywhere, what are your predictions for South African food? And I feel like you are a good enough person to ask. I feel like you know what's going on.
Would you mind repeating that, please?
Got you. What are your predictions for South African food? You've traveled the world now and you've seen the global trends of where food's going. Where do you believe South African food is going to be moving into, or what's the next big trend in South African food?
South Africa has its own identity from a culinary perspective, and if I'm talking about Cape Town specifically, as I'm here and I'm well versed with Cape Town now, we have created our own identity, you know, and localities. We have the best available ingredients. Working in a city like Hong Kong, a lot of your ingredients are imported. It is a landlocked city and surrounded by the ocean, and everything's imported. There's not enough space for farming. And me being back home and having everything available at my fingertips, my first project and first goal I set myself was to meet our suppliers.
Right.
I hold the chicken that lays our eggs. You know?
I love that.
And understood how the upbringing of the chicken, which is super important too, and the freshness of it. I get eggs laid 4 o'clock this morning, and it's delivered into our kitchen at 7 o'clock that morning too.
I do love that about South Africa, where we can pick up a phone and we can build such a strong connection with your supplier, with your farmers, your bakers. I love that about South Africa. In fact, I was doing that yesterday. I just picked up a phone and, like, same story, a chicken person. And I love that we are so quick and easy to share our passion and to share our stories. I love that, Chef. And I love your philosophy, like you're saying, keeping it simple, keeping it local, and then focusing on the produce.
Absolutely. Simple is one thing. The mise en place, the preparations phase of this dish is not simple.
It's not simple, no.
You have to understand techniques. You have to understand your way around cooking and your way around the anatomy of an ingredient, which is super important. And then simply cooking it simply. I'm treating it simply. I want to make sure that, just adding flavors that would add character, add a certain flavor profile that will enhance the ingredients. So over here, what we got is a nice fatty, beautiful butter, some garlic, a little bit of thyme, putting the thyme on top of the lamb so that butter runs through through the lamb. And then
it smells amazing.
We're going to take this out of the pan now.
So to our viewers at home, if you have any questions for the amazing Chef Luke or myself, please send us a voice note to that number, 063 036 9649. There we go. Chef, it smells so good. It is so, the smell of the garlic and the thyme and the butter, put it in a bottle. It smells amazing. Spinach, did I do okay on the spinach?
That is absolutely
I was so
perfect.
worried about overcooking it, because imagine, on live TV, no.
That is absolutely perfect, Lemons. I'm going to push this to the side because we're going to put some other ingredients here. What we're going to do now is lamb into the oven.
Yes. Ready?
This won't need too much time. We've done a lot of cooking here already. We just want to make sure the internal temperature is warm. We don't want a cold internal temperature.
Can we talk potatoes?
Absolutely.
I promised the people potatoes.
Please.
So it's beautiful. You gave it a specific name?
Potato parve.
Okay, now I'm going to actually lift it up because I feel like that's the only way our viewers will see. So, in between there are all 1,623,000 layers of potato. Slight exaggeration.
That's nearly on point.
Nearly on point. But what I love is in between those layers of potato is butter.
Yes.
It's butter.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that it sets up beautifully and the textures it creates is so magical. I love potatoes and the creative things you can do with it. And this is one of my favorites. So super simple in the way we're just going to deep fry it now.
I want to crisp it up, so I want to add a nice
Lovely.
crispy textural components to the dish. So we're going to crisp it up.
And that's in the deep fryer.
In the deep fryer, yeah. So we're
And
going to
this
go
is-
straight in. I'm going to fry it we're only going to use one. I'm going to fry 2 because they can tend to sort of open up.
Right.
I don't think it will too much. But
And then sometimes one ends up in like your co-host's mouth.
exactly.
Right.
And we're going to trim the lamb later, then you get little chef snacks, little trimmies for the chefs.
I'll keep an eye on this to like make sure it doesn't start splitting like you said. But this is something you could prepare at home. And I do like, especially with the festive season, I mean, it's the one time of the year where you should go above and beyond.
Absolutely.
Do something like this. And so the wow factor is amazing. I love it.
I think us South Africans know our way around a potato bake.
Yeah, of course.
This is a really fine potato bake. Just instead of slicing your potatoes that thick, just bring them down to about a quarter of a centimeter.
There we go.
You got yourself a potato bake. Parve is a fancy word for that.
There we go. Your mom has been a professional chef all the time. She's been making potato parfait. You just didn't even know about it. Okay, color's getting there. We're looking good.
Perfect.
So lamb's in the oven, spinach is sauteed, carrots have been sous vide.
Correct.
Beautifully, so nice and slow cooking. So we've all that flavor, beautiful texture. Again, I love that we're focusing on the integrity of the ingredient. We are almost in, almost ready for plating.
Yep.
So this is going to keep on going. We're going to hang on to. Let's talk about.
That should be fine. You can leave that for about a good minute. That should be fine.
Good.
So what we got over here is we've got carrots that we've sous vide. So we cooked it slowly in water, and we've also seasoned it. So we've got a little bit of carrot juice in here, a little bit of cumin, salt, pepper, and thyme. So really, sous vide really pulls the ingredients into the actual vegetable itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it in this water here, just gently, and while that's there, the same wild garlic and chicken mousse that's inside the lamb is in here.
Garlic and chicken mousse. Wait. Garlic and chicken mousse. You can't be saying stuff like that and just drop us. We want to hear about the garlic and chicken mousse. You're going to go to an ad break and we're going to find out who came first, the chicken, the garlic, or the mousse. Come right back.
South Africa, it's time to fuel your wanderlust because Shell is giving you and a partner of your choice the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip experience.
That's right. With Shell V-Power, 5 lucky couples will win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience. And entering couldn't be easier. Simply spend 750 Rand or more, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and you're in the running.
Oh, so please start those engines and let Shell V-Power take you places you'll never forget. T's and C's apply. Find them all at expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it's your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Listen, the deliciousness in the kitchen is going crazy that I thought I had to step it up in the entertainment bracket, and I've got just the thing, because every year one event brings together rhythm and community and pure celebration. It's all about the soulful reunion. And at the heart of it all is a man who really makes things happen. Today we're joined by Peden Smith, one of my faves, the charismatic MC and driving force behind this iconic gathering. There's no other word for it. With us, year's celebration just around the corner. We're catching up with the host with the absolute most to talk about legacy and energy and what makes the Soulful Reunion so much more than just a show. So we're also going to be joined by many people on the lineup. Sorry, I'm revealing too much. One person so far on the lineup. Fakhri Isaacs is also here. Let's give them a feel-good welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Are you well?
Glowing.
You always are. Fakhri, you doing good?
Absolutely
Good to have you guys back here on the couch. Peden, Soulful Reunion, 15 November.
Come
So
on.
much excitement. We've been watching the anticipation of this
Yeah.
with all of the bits of content that you've been
Yes.
releasing. Absolutely amazing, from the 360 moment to A Man with Muscles, and now we are here. So tell me more about this treasured annual gathering of the folks. What's the inspiration behind the name and what can we expect?
So my previous station that I worked at, I hosted a show called Soulful Sundays. And I was like, why don't I take this radio show and turn it into an event? And as dramatic as I am in my life and time, I was like, let's go straight to the Grand Arena. Let's do 5,000 people. And it was just started there. And I'm an old school lover. I always say I'm an old soul. So it's an old school kind of soulful connection, if I can put it that way. So that's what the show is about. It takes place at Grand Arena. Last year it sold out on my birthday. This year we're pushing even harder with a bigger audience and a bigger cast as well. So it's just an evening to celebrate, as Tyrone always says, to celebrate life, love and triumph.
Oh, that is beautiful. Life, love, and triumph. So how do you even start putting a lineup together for a moment like this? I mean, I see obviously Fakhri's there,
Yeah.
the black ties are there, my boy Chad. So how else do you put this together?
So last year was closest friends and people that I've worked with in the industry, kind of just to bring them together. This year it was like the tribute show. So this is a tribute show. So I was like, get all the males to do a tribute to Cape Town. When last have all the male artists been on one stage, and like I'm already by next year, I'm like, okay, next year all females.
Come on now.
So that's how I put it together, and it's just kind of the first half of the show is like anthems and soulful, and second half is celebration. And what better way to get all the males of Cape Town, the artists, together to celebrate on the 15th of November.
I love it. They love songs, right?
100%.
Cape Town is so big on R&B and love songs. Like, you can't deny that.
So everybody says we're a sad city. It's not the case. We are not a sad city.
We are a lover city.
100%. We just love soulful music.
It's true. Okay, so speaking about soulful music, I mean, Fakhri, you're there. And I love the fact that you sang it this morning during your sound check, and we were all like, okay, we're done. I mean, give this man a freaking award. He is so incredible. How do you sort of blend together tradition with the modern flair of the songs that you choose as well, and just kind of interweaving storytelling in your performances?
So it's quite simple, actually. Cape Town has a very sort of, it's a relationship with the sounds of like Motown and the Manhattans, the stylistics, and those are the type of artists, you know, that shaped our lives. That was the musical background for our lives, you know, growing up. So now that I'm older and you used to listen to these songs, my parents used to play the songs, right? And it's like, no, I don't want to listen to that. You know? I wanted to listen to Technotronic or something like that. Now, when I'm older, all of these songs have so much meaning because the lyrics of those songs are so beautiful. You know, and no wonder my parents and the people before us loved the music they did because it was good music. And nothing against the music of today. You know, I'm saying it.
You said it, not me.
I've got
Not
nothing
me.
against the music of today. Like the music of today is to cater for, you know, the youth of today. But songs back then had meaning. Songs, like, it hits home, you know, every single time. If you listen to, why do you think people love Judy Boucher so much? You know what I'm saying?
Judy, our Auntie Judy.
She divides Cape Town within a split second.
No, we love Auntie Judy over here.
We love Auntie Judy, and that's the thing. But most importantly, I'm just sad to find out that I'm not going to be on your show next year because it's like all females. Like, why?
It's me. I'm going to be headlining, actually.
And it's the first time it's not part of any of my shows.
I'm going to be MC next year.
Yes, there you
He's taking a
go.
break. No, we're using Carissa as a film MC.
Thank you. Already got the job signed, sealed, delivered. Thank you so much. So we've got Fakhri on our couch. We've got you on our couch. And I just feel like there's space there for maybe one more person.
100%. And I think this is absolutely incredible for me because here's a background story regarding this. So I was given the opportunity, I think four years ago, to MC at Grand Arena. And this person told me, listen, once you hit the Grand Arena stage, it's all the way up. And I was like, I've gotten this platform right now. Why can't I do it for the next generation, for the next person in this industry? And one day I was scrolling on TikTok, and this soulful yet gentle voice popped up, and I was like, this is what we need. This is the reason why we do what we do, and also the way we want to start the show off. And I was like, let me slide into the DMs.
Slide into the DMs.
Because you know, we don't have people's numbers these days anymore. I slid into the DMs and I was like, hey, what's a chance you want to hop onto the show and open the show for me?
Wow.
So I'm very, very excited to welcome our opening act for the Soulful Reunion. He is everything and more, gentle yet so kind, Wade Rogers.
Let's give him a feel-good welcome. Come on, Wade. Woo! He even walks in here confident but gentle. You know what I'm saying? He's a gentleman. Wade, congratulations. The opening act for what's going to be an incredible, incredible show. How are you feeling?
I'm not going to lie, it's a bit quite daunting, but very much exciting at the same time.
Yeah. And what sort of thing are you going to be putting into the show? I mean, Fakhri touched on, you know, the classics and then bringing in the modern day flair. What are you going to be doing?
I'm thinking of doing a bit of the modern day flair, but still keeping in touch with the theme of soulful, but mainly focusing on the newer side, because I know my guy Fakhri over here is going to kill.
Come on now. You're in good company.
Yeah.
So I need to bring my side as well and represent a bit of my generation as well.
Oh, I love that. His generation. I don't know if it's our generation. No, Peter, that's your generation.
Listen, I'm so close to 30, I'm like, oh.
We're here already.
You're ancient.
No, we're grown and sexy, and that's the theme,
100%,
absolutely. Okay,
100%.
how are we coming dressed just as a wrap-up? What are we doing? Is everybody stepping their game up? Are we looking good?
So theme for the show is Earth Colors for guests.
Oh.
Theme for on stage is all black.
Nice.
And for myself, it's just...
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's my show.
It's going to come in a ball gown. It's all right. We love to see it.
You never know. You never know what will happen.
Oh, Pete, and congratulations.
Thank you
In
so
fact, as we're talking, I'm pretty sure the show is absolutely sold out. People need to get their tickets. In fact, there's 2 more left. So please jump on the website and get your tickets immediately. It's going to be a soulful reunion of note. Pete and Smith at the helm of it all. And of course, the incredible lineup with Wade opening it up all for us. Very excited for it. Yes.
Oh, and just to make it extra irritating, Wade's also a firefighter, okay? Because that's how he rolls. Well, I'm glad we are done with the generational conversation. I don't know what generation I fit into when it comes to my musical tastes. So I'm going to hit the open road and enjoy all the music, because that's what we demand. We like a playlist. Hey,
We do love a
we
playlist.
really do. When we hit the open road, nothing quite like the thrill of adventure when the wheels start turning. That's exactly what the Shell V-Power Feel It All campaign is all about. Unlocking that full experience of the drive and celebrating those unforgettable moments shared out on the road.
Ah, isn't that special? And that's where the memories are created. But right now, they're giving 5 lucky couples the chance to win an epic road trip and track experience for 2. You've heard us say it, so listen to these details. We're bringing that road trip energy right here into studio, because who doesn't love a good couple's adventure? And it doesn't have to be romantic.
No.
Any
Why
kind
do
of
you
coupling
look
works.
immediately at me when you said it? It doesn't have to have any expectations of any romance whatsoever. Do you think we would handle a road trip? Because I'm a lot, eh? I can be quite irritating. This doesn't stop, eh?
And I get irritated very quickly. We received it here in studio because it's only 3 hours. Maybe that's my cap. Let's
Maybe
do a
that's-
3-hour journey period.
So we can drive to Swellendam together and we are golden. We can do
We're
a bit of the
done.
best because it's
Exactly,
lekker.
save the relationship.
But that begs the question, can you do it? Can you hit the open road with your partner, and what does that look like? What's the best part? So if you are going to go and do something like this with your man, because you do seem to be breaking new ground. You're
Yeah,
kind
we're
of getting
trying,
out there
we're
doing
trying.
couples goals, and I love that. What do you enjoy the most about traveling?
Ooh, traveling with
Together.
him, I think probably annoying him. But besides that, just really putting on the music and making sure we've got very similar taste in music. So singing the songs that we both absolutely love. He takes the rap verse, I take the chorus. And it just feels like, you remember those karaoke sessions that the celebrities did?
There's a reason why.
Is the reason why. It creates so much joy and cheer in the car, because, I mean, driving along one road can feel a bit monotonous at a time. If there's traffic, it feels worse. So just bringing a little bit of joy and snacks just
And
always
snacks,
makes a
yeah.
difference.
What I like is it's like the unwritten conversation that's going on. Because when you're a parent and then now suddenly you're unsure.
Yeah.
And you're on a section of road that you don't quite know, or you think you might have missed that highway. And it's
Oh, no.
the tone changes and how you've got to then manage that.
Sure.
as a couple, and Linz has become so good at just kind of taking a step back and
Okay.
not adding more panic to the panic, and just understanding that I'll find my flow and I'll just figure things out.
Oh, she trusts you.
Well, she has no choice. Well, now she can drive, so now she can actually take over.
Right.
And I'm so proud of her for that.
Oh, you can be in your passenger princess era.
Exactly. No, she's a machine out on the roads. I love it.
Yes.
But I do really like the kind of car culture that's born, because then you start leaning back into that. You start getting excited about the road trip as much as you do about
The destination.
And with kids, that's vital, because trust me, they work for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's just, are we there yet?
Are we there
and
yet?
then it becomes a thing, okay? So never mind your couple goals, it's your kid goals that you've got to work
One
on.
day, one day. Right now, we've got to read out some of your comments that have come on through, and I can't wait to see what you've got to say. Nondumiso, best relaxing music, singing together, and yes, the best in memories. I like that. Relaxing music, I turn it up.
Oh, completely. And this is how I get my musical education. And Tom Bentley saying, I love having time to reconnect, just me, my partner, the open road, and endless memories waiting to happen.
Isn't that beautiful? Okay, well, let's see what Yunetta says. Discovering new places.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you get lost, it might be a good thing, right?
Best thing ever. Stop
When you
for
see
the
the
pie,
dorpies,
yo.
stop for the pies, get those little
on.
stalls, those little markets. It's so beautiful to see that as well.
That's why we have the term hidden gems.
Right, for
South
real
Africa
hidden
is
gems.
the ultimate scratch patch, where we've got hidden gems absolutely everywhere. But it's the joy of being connected to your people. And I've often gone on about, like, my mom and I having to do the drive to boarding school when she had to
Right.
drop me off. And that's become our script. If we want to sort something out, take a road trip, chew on that gristle, have a chat. Absolutely love it. So if you're watching this and thinking, that could be me, that could be us, it really could be you, because Shell V-Power are giving 5 lucky couples, you ain't flying solo, the chance to win an epic road trip and a track experience for 2.
And it's really easy. All you need to do is spend 750 Rand or more at any Shell, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and then you're in the draw, just like that. But you've got to hurry, because you only have until the 31st of October this week.
Ooh.
That's Friday, so you've got a couple
Yeah.
days until then.
Oh, I felt like we had so much time
No,
for this now. It
less
is
than 3
ticking.
days.
Okay, we're in the final lap, let's say. And we're also throwing it forward to November as well, because things are going to get even more exciting, if you can believe that. We are giving you and 3 friends, because we want to make the circle bigger, the chance to attend an exclusive F1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix viewing party.
Ooh.
That's going to be the spectacular culmination of a spectacular Formula One season. It's been one of the best in history, I think. And this is how you want to do it, with VVVIPs.
Yes, please.
Just soaking it all up. I love that.
Grand
for
Prix,
us.
we definitely want to see that happen. Sports, baby.
Can we cover that event?
I would
We'll
love
cover
it.
that. We're going to film
I
that
would
event.
love it.
Please, 'cause we like to,
Put us in a car,
because we
too.
like to work very hard.
All right, we'll be back soon, straight after this. We're going to touch base with more babies. Maybe there's even a baby in studio this time. I don't know.
Wait, listen.
Oh, no. Okay, not this morning, but we'll see you straight after this.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The shortest of breaks, and here we are once again on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, earlier on, we, of course, spoke about an incredible event that's happening on the 15th of November. A reminder again to get your tickets. And if you may be contemplating, wondering, haven't quite clicked that checkout just yet, here is the thing that's going to convince you. On the stage right now to perform Dance of Love, we've got Fakhri Isaacs. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is my original song called Dance of Love, And it goes something like this. I know a girl, someone who's the one that my heart beats for. Heart beats for. One of a kind, she's my favorite chapter in every score. Every score. With every whispered word she says, she paints dreams of a deeper love. Whoa, whoa. Yes, to the one who loves me, the one who makes my world a dance of love, a world a dance of love. With every breath you show me, it's you who makes my world a dance of love, a world a dance of love. Every cliche, every kind of sweet thing that you can say, yeah. One of a kind, she's my favorite chapter in every way, every day. With every whispered word she says, she paints dreams of a deeper love. Whoa, whoa. Yes, to the one who loves me, the one who makes my world a dance of love, a world a dance of love. With every breath you show me, it's you who makes my world a dance of love, a world a dance of love. Hey, no regrets whatsoever. It's just you and me in this dance forever. With you's where I belong. Hey, she's got the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby. With every breath you show me, with every breath, she makes my head. Come on, come on. She loves me for me. Oh, baby, baby. With every breath, she makes my world go round. Hey.
Tons of love, baby.
Yes, please give me more of that, and listen, more is coming your way in the final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast show. But now, though, we've got to get into your national news headlines. Official duties, yes, they do still have to commence. It's gone just on top of the hour. Let's get into your national news headlines, where President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived in Switzerland yesterday, and that was for a 2-day state visit at the invitation of President Karen Keller-Sutter. Now, the visit aims to strengthen bilateral relations, deepen economic cooperation, and promote partnerships in science, technology, arts, culture, and youth and skills development. Talks will include South Africa's upcoming G20 presidency, the signing of agreements on arts and peace mediation, and the return of heritage artifacts. Now, engagements with Swiss business leaders and visits to an industrial firm and vocational school highlight trade and practical skills development. Moving over to Limpopo's residential property market is the fastest growing in South Africa, rising over 12% in May 2025, followed by the Western Cape and Gauteng. Now, Polokwane and towns like Mokopane, Tsenin, and Louis Trichardt have become hotspots, with house values in Polokwane tripling over a decade. Now, Middelburg and Tsenin also showed significant growth, rising 87% and 60% respectively. Now, strong economic growth, infrastructure projects, safety, warm climate, tourism, and mining are key drivers. Now, experts say the property boom reflects both investor confidence and rising demand from local buyers seeking better quality housing. Internationally speaking, the United States has urged its citizens to leave Mali immediately as al-Qaeda-linked militants tighten a fuel blockade, worsening shortages and forcing schools to close. Now, the armed group has attacked fuel convoys since September, disrupting supplies to Bamako and other regions. Now, the U.S. Embassy said the situation around the capital is increasingly unpredictable, with high risks of terrorist attacks along highways. Non-essentials U.S. staff have been authorized to leave, and commercial flights remain the only safe exit from the conflict-hit country. Meanwhile, Hurricane Melissa has made landfall near New Hope, Jamaica, as a catastrophic Category 5 storm with sustained winds of about 295 kilometers per hour and a record low central pressure of 892 millibars, making it the most intense tropical cyclone of 2025 and among the strongest ever recorded in the Atlantic. Now, the storm has unleashed life-threatening flooding, landslides, and widespread infrastructure damage across the island, cutting power to thousands. Melissa is now moving toward eastern Cuba and the Bahamas while still maintaining major hurricane strength. Now let's close off here in some entertainment news with Robbie Williams, who is swapping charts for classrooms. Well, almost. The 51-year-old pop icon has revealed plans to open a university of entertainment, a creative hub where young performers can learn the art of showbiz. Inspired by his performer dad, Pete Conway, whose charisma shaped Robbie's own style and with whom he has shared the stage on occasion, he says nobody else is teaching the craft properly. Now, though he famously left school at the age of 16 to join Take That, the idea ties back to his wish to complete his university pass after struggles with undiagnosed dyslexia and ADHD. While his new album, Britpop, is delayed until February, his latest act might just inspire the next generation of entertainers. Well, we definitely look forward to that as it all unfolds. So we leave your news for this morning. Let's get your final sports from Gray.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's dive right in with some great news regarding the Boks. Well, in particular, one player. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has named young 20-year-old prop Zachary Porton to make his test debut up against Japan in London on this coming Saturday. So Chesson Colby, he'll be starting, but at fullback, while Sia Khaleesi leads a very strong-looking side, featuring several Japan-based players as well. And I think the match arranged to boost their game time. Also great to promote the game in Japan and across Europe, and that's 6:10 SA time. It kicks off on Saturday. Let's return to yesterday's cricketing action as Reza Hendricks struck a very fluent 60, and then George Linda, he smashed 36 of just 22 balls, while Corbin Bosch impressed with the ball. Figures of 4 wickets for 14 runs as the Proteas beat Pakistan by a solid 55 runs in their first T20 international, playing out in Rawalpindi. South Africa now leading the 3-match series 1-0 with that second game set for Friday in Lahore. Now we get into local footballing action, and a lot to be pleased about for Orlando Pirates. Although a few nervy moments last night, they survived a tense 2-1 quarterfinal win over the very big punching Magesi FC at Orlando Stadium, with Tsepang Moremi and substitute Evidence Makgopa scoring for the Buccaneers. But Magesi did pull one back through Lekholonolo Makone in stoppage time, and despite some hope, they just couldn't find that equalizer. So that means Pirates now join Richards Bay and Golden Arrows in those semi-finals. But I would imagine right now the focus on Saturday's derby clash with Mamelodi Sundowns. Going to tell a lot about this season. Now we get into tennis, and British player Cameron Norrie was on fire. He pulled off a shock 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 win over world #1 ranked Carlos Alcaraz at the Paris Masters, ending the Spaniard's 17-match Masters 1000 winning streak. And elsewhere, Daniel Medvedev, he cruised past Jean Mounard 6-1, 6-3 to reach round 2 as well. And he will now face Gregor Dimitrov in that French capital second round moment. And that's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. All the best of luck to the Proteas ladies taking on England in the Cricket World Cup semi-final today. You girls have got this. I think Laura Wolfart is going to be Captain Fantastic today. But that's where we leave our sport. Let's get the latest on the roads.
Well, thank you, Gray. Let's see what your roads are doing out in KZN and eThekwini, where motorists can expect build-up on the N2 southbound after Umgeni interchange. This is due to a multi-vehicle accident. Now avoid the area and make use of an alternate route. Out in Gauteng in Soweto, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound before Golden Highway. Now currently the right lane is affected and traffic is of course moving extremely slow, so do allow for added travel time to avoid any delays to your day. But wherever you're headed on this Wednesday, remember to buckle up and of course stay alert. So we leave your roads, let's check in with your weather for the final time. Well, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms, bringing heavy downpours, damaging winds, lightning and small hail over Gauteng, most of Northwest and Free State, Northern Cape, the Highveld of Mpumalanga, and the western and northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, localized flooding, infrastructure damage, and minor accidents are possible. Extremely high fire danger conditions are also expected in parts of the northern and western Cape, while hot, humid conditions and weather will make conditions uncomfortable in northeastern KwaZulu-Natal. Let's see that final sunrise view of the hour, shall we? And straight out of Kraaifontein, let's see what Sylvia has to offer. Ah, Sylvia, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous morning view. The sun, the sky, the clouds. I mean, just the life below it looking so incredibly small against the significant beautifulness of the new day that's breaking. Thank you so much for that. 23 degrees is what you will be rewarded with. 23 degrees out in Kraaifontein. Do enjoy your day, Sylvia. And also, we have the rest of the week to get into. So remember to send yours on 063-0369649 as we delve into your temperatures for the final time.
All right, so here's the deal. By now you should know, okay?
Tell me
Because
more,
I've
though.
explained this to you a lot,
Okay.
okay? Pick your 6 lucky numbers and play Lotto, Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2, and you win. Simple as that. Well, hopefully. Now, 41 million rand is in that jackpot today, at least estimated for our Wednesday. So please, what are you waiting for? You can joke as much as you want, but you still got to do it. Play your Lotto for an estimated 16 million. Lotto plus 1, 14 million. Lotto plus 2, I'm going to throw 11 million rand in from my wallet
Gosh.
right now.
I'm just saying that the math is mathing, so you better buy your tickets. You could do so now in store on nationallottery.co.za. There are so many ways. There's a mobile app to download, cell phone banking, or simply just dial *120 *7529 hash, and your USSD will be sent your way.
And we'll keep all the deets up on the amazing Expresso socials. So if you want a little behind-the-scenes take on what goes down here, check that out and get all the details and play your Lotto, Lotto plus 1, Lotto plus 2 for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. Well done. So I need to reset now myself
All right.
because I'm still hanging on to the bullying content from earlier.
Wow, the show started strong.
It started really strong. So thank you so much to the way that you guys reacted to this morning. Beautiful comments, critical thinking, no one kind of knee-jerk reacting.
Yeah.
We want to protect our children, but we have a role to play in this to set the example.
Ooh, I
so
like
thank you
that.
so much for exemplifying that. I love you, which means we can approach the final hour with freedom.
Please, listen, we've already got in the kitchen. We made that saddle Karoo lamb with wild garlic. We have to taste it, of course. Clem's been really trying to push us out the kitchen. I see you, Clem.
Yeah,
I see you, Clem.
gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, but we'll be right in there very soon and just touch base with a few other points throughout the show. Of course, more music, more babies, more food.
I've got saliva running down my face like a baby right now. Tasting after this.
Yes, please.
I said, yeah!
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We promise you nothing but goodness on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And listen, we will deliver, because if there's one thing that Woolies babies that truly they understand, it's the importance of parenthood. And for baby, Danny Durrett is here to introduce the newest range to baby toiletries, crafted just with gentle, simple formulas that are so perfect for delicate newborn skin. And Danny, I will tell you, I identify as a baby right now because I want all of this on my body. It is so cute. It is so beautiful. Earlier, of course, you touched on the organic food that you guys are introducing. Well done on that.
Thank
and
you.
now it's the babies.
It is the babies.
And if there's one thing about babies, I think safety is number one, from the food to the skin. So I really would love to find out how you've ensured the safety of our little ones with the range.
So excited about this range. It's been a very long time coming. The thing that I think we're most proud of is that, again, tying in with our Woolies values, all our products are dermatologically tested. All of them are beauty without cruelty. And then again, our packaging is sustainable, it's recyclable, and then a very big first for us, all our wipes are plastic free.
Ooh.
Also, all our baby formulations are also tear-free. So again, just so safe and just the best ingredients for baby.
So when you say gentle, you mean gentle?
Absolutely.
On the environment, on our babies, on their futures, which I love to see. If you don't mind, I would love if you took me through some of the products. I mean, my eyes are immediately drawn here. The crabs, you know what I'm saying? Clock it. We absolutely love to see it. The bags, and then also the products going that way. What do we have?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with our wipes. This has been one of the most exciting things with our supplier to make. So these are 99 water formulations, so really super clean, really pure. The other thing that's really exciting, as you said, is our pouches. So they come with a refill bag, which is really, you can mix it up, and then I actually use it afterwards for like my makeup and jewelry too.
That's my
So you don't have to have a baby to buy them. And then our amazing toiletries range. So what we've done here is we've made really convenient sun stick, which is great if you're a mum on the go for the park. We have a soothing stick, so any moist areas like little creases or any rash or even a mozzie bite, that soothing stick is really going to soothe baby skin. And then all our washes, which is just hair and body wash. And then we've got a great bum cream. We also then have our mummy and me oil, because mum also needs some
TLC,
love and some
yes.
massaging and keeping skin nice and soft. And then we also have fragrance-free. So if your baba has like eczema or any skin allergen or is really sensitive, this is, again, the perfect range for baby.
Oh, that is so incredible. What was the inspiration behind putting this range together?
So as a mom, my son always inspires me, but also our customer. So our customer really is at the heart of all that we do. And we had so many moms saying, my baby suffers from skin allergens, or she's worried with her newborn baby. She doesn't want to put anything toxic onto baby's skin. So we really listened, and with our suppliers developed the best range.
Danny, you know what? Anything you say, I believe you anyway. And of course, Woolworths always does it right time and time again. So tell us a little bit more about the ingredients used in the toiletries that you've got. Like you said, it is very gentle, very delicate on newborn skin. Can we delve into the product side for a bit?
Yes, absolutely. So we've used allergen-free fragrance. So in our products that do have fragrance in it, you're going to get no allergic reaction. So that was really important for us. Our bum cream also has zinc in it, which is really great, especially when baby has like a rash or during those days where you're changing the nappies all the time. And then we've got our beautiful bath milk. We've got our cleansing water, which is great for if you're at the park or out and about and baby's hands and face is messy, you can just take some cotton wool and just clean that up.
Oh my gosh, a bath on the go.
I know.
Like I said, I identify as baby because I will be taking all of this with me as well. You guys have done such a fantastic job. And thank you for considering when I'm pretty sure with moms and new moms, there is so much going on in your mind. This is the last thing that you also want to be adding as a burden. So you guys have really alleviated that. And yes, please go ahead and shop all of this. It is, of course, the Woolies Baby range. The range of toiletries that you can trust at Woolworths, in-store, online, and of course on the app. And if anything, look at the crabs. It's the crabs for me, Danny. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. And finally, it's time to plate and taste. Chef Luke demonstrated the most amazing dish for us earlier. Now it's time to plate, Chef. I love that after everything that was happening, it's kind of summed up into one beautiful presentation, which is we're about to plate. But first, we've got two beautiful voice notes. And I'm super stoked to hear it.
Fantastic.
Can we hear that first voice note?
Hi, good morning, Chef Clem and Chef Luke. Morning to you. Hope you're all well. This is Aisha here, and I have a problem when I make a lemon meringue pie. Like there is like this dripping underneath the meringue when I take it out of the oven. Please, can you give me some advice?
Chef, how are you with your pastry work?
Not too bad.
Sorry about that. You're going to have to try again next week, and maybe we'll have... Just joking. So I actually have found that it's got to do with the egg whites. So egg whites hold moisture and it holds air. So that's the reason why we whip our egg whites, is to get that air in there and to get the sugar in there, to get that structure. What does happen sometimes, when it's over whipped or sometimes even under, that sometimes some of that moisture from the egg white does come out, and the sugar as well. So that's that excess moisture. The best thing I could say to you is just follow the instructions really well when it comes to making your meringue. Your meringue should always have no gritty bits inside, because that's sugar, and when the sugar does melt in the oven, it gives you excess caramel, which you don't want. Follow the instruction to the T. Make sure you get no grit in your meringue, and you should be good. Take a picture, send it to us, let us know. We'd love to hear. We've got another one, Chef. People just want to talk to you. Another voice note.
Hi, Chef Luke. Hi, everyone. I hope you are well today. But I would like to know, from the both of you guys, what is your favorite seafood?
Seafood.
You want to kick it off?
I think you should take this one. Because you've traveled the world. You've been everywhere.
So my favorite local seafood, I'm going to talk local. We work with a supplier, Abelobi. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with them.
We love Abelobi. Tell the people what's so special about Abelobi.
They use single line, single hook fishing methods, so there's no trawling, no mass fishing, so it helps prevent overfishing, and they're supporting small fishing communities. We are fortunate to get whatever's available, whatever's caught that morning delivered to our kitchen. So fish in general, amongst a lot of our menus throughout the hotel, is just called catch of the day. And literally is what was caught that day, and we serve that.
And I love the fact that you can literally trace the fish back to the fishermen who caught it. And that's groundbreaking. So I love that. So in general, We just love South African seafood. And
We just love South African seafood, yeah.
I see food, I eat. Okay, there we go. I love that. So I love your question. And I think in South Africans, when it comes to seafood, the most important thing is sustainability. We are blessed with oceans that have an abundance, but we're just focusing on sustainability always. First, Chef, I think it's time to plate.
Let's do it. So we've done all the hard work. This is the fun work.
I have been working all morning. He has.
Okay,
Chef,
so what
it
we
looks
got
amazing.
here, we've got a little pot. We're going to just gently heat up our vegetables. I'm going to add a little bit of butter to this pot. There we go.
I have never met a Cape Town chef who has, like, not used half a brick of butter for any recipe. I love it. That's the difference between restaurant food and home food. It's the amount of seasoning and the butter that we use. And you love it too, be honest.
So all we're looking for here is just to achieve a nice little glossiness to the carrots. I'm going to switch off the heat. We don't want the butter to go too brown. I have taken it to a brown, slightly brown butter stage, which is in French cooking terms, beurre noisette. So it adds a little bit of a nuttiness to the...
Can I show the people?
Absolutely, please.
Because I think it's very important because we always talk about browning butter and the flavor we get from it. But it's a fine line between beurre noisette and burnt. Yeah. And that comes with experience and like time, spending time in the kitchen and learning. It's muscle memory, but also visual memory of what things are supposed to smell like, look like. I love that. And season everything.
Very, very important. So we added some salt, added some pepper. Direct translation to the beurre noisette is nut butter, so you're having a lovely nutty flavor to that. I'm then going to go in with our little poached wild garlic and chicken mousse, which has been wrapped in some local fresh spinach. And again, all I'm going to do is add this to the butter to add a bit of a sheen to it.
So this is the one that I kind of left the viewers on a cliff, on a high. Chicken, garlic, mousse, and spinach. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, so what we've done is we grow wild garlic on the property at the Mount Nelson, and we've harvested that. We've then blanched it in hot water, put it in an ice bath, and then blended it up with chicken breast. A little bit of egg, a little bit of cream, salt and pepper. The protein of the chicken breast helps, once you cook it, helps set it and bind it. So we've taken the excess the mousse that we put in there, not wasted it, and used it for another application.
And it looks so like, I want to say humble, and then you actually understand what's inside there, and you understand how complex it is. That is phenomenal. And again, the fact that you're using wild garlic grown on site, again, that focus on sustainability and just being self-sustainable. Love.
So the wild garlic is really savory. It's got a little bit of it's a lovely, lovely savory. It's not your typical raw garlic clove that you would taste. It's got a lovely savoriness to it and a little bit of a floralness to it.
And I love the fact that you're saying this growing in your garden, like in the city. You know, maybe we should just walk around the city and seeing what we can forage and eat. Just like an experiment? No, don't be walking around the city taking herbs and putting it in your mouth and saying, I told you to do that.
Yeah,
don't
definitely
do that.
know what you should be, what you can eat and what you can't eat.
There we go. Do you have an expert that you work with when it comes to foraging? Are you the expert?
We work with a few suppliers that are well versed in foraging and have done a lot of training and studying around that. As a chef, I've learned to become familiar as to what's good and what's not good to eat.
Don't take me mushroom foraging, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing.
Okay, so
chef does
the fun part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our lamb. I'm going to just remove the trussing, so the string that's helped keep the lamb together. I'm going to just remove that gently.
Maybe also worth saying that's important. If you're making this dish at home, please take the trussing rope off before serving it to your guests.
And if this is a bit too intimidating for you, a beautiful lamb chop will be perfect too.
Yes, I love.
So what we want to do now, we really want to showcase some of the temperature. So we're going to go straight through the center like this. We're going to carve it like that. And we've got a little bit of a nice pink hue to it.
A little bit of a nice pink hue. Look at that. Whoa. And again, the way that the layers are still kept like the structure. We can see the wild garlic, the lamb, the chicken.
What we've done is we remove the loins from the saddle itself, and then we've painted on the wild garlic farce. We've re-added the loins. You can see this been very carefully designed. So you can see this one is wrapped entirely in that mousse.
Right.
Just for aesthetic reasons.
Flavor reasons. Okay.
I'm going to carve this one too quickly.
Potatoes. Oh, can I just actually show the viewers what happened to our
potatoes?
Potatoes, where we at? So our potatoes spent some time in the air fryer. And air fryer, possibly, maybe.
You possibly could.
Maybe, but we did it like OG, deep fryer. And you can see those beautiful layers. Now you can actually really see the layers of potato. And again, season everything as you go along. Beautiful layers of potatoes. We've got our sous vide carrots. and then our spinach.
Yeah.
So it's very like, it's giving Sunday lunch.
It's giving
or
Sunday.
Christmas vibes.
Yes.
It's very high end, and I love that.
We got a lovely mint jelly here. Mint, lamb, go
Mint
really,
and
really
lamb.
well together. I've got a little cutter here, which is going to give us a nice little beautiful shape. Who doesn't like shapes?
I know. There we go. For every shape you add on a plate, you can add 150 Rand to the price of the dish.
Yes.
Chef. True story.
Okay, so we've got our little shapes over here. What we're going to do next now, we're going to take our cauliflower puree. So in a pan, we've sauteed finely chopped cauliflower, with a little bit of onion and garlic. We've added chicken stock, reduced the chicken stock, and a touch of cream, and then we blended it nice and smooth. So we're going to put that at the bottom of the plate.
Oh, this looks so good.
We're going to create a little bit of
smells amazing.
platform for the lamb to sit on.
And this is obviously, I've never seen this plate at Expresso. Did you bring your own plate, chef?
These were handmade and handcrafted for us by a local ceramist.
Get out of here. Say the name. Who is it?
Studio Verde.
Love.
Great.
Everybody up with the phone. Studio Verde. That's so
Great
beautiful.
ceramics.
We love beautiful ceramics in the kitchen.
So then we're going to go with our lamb. Just like that. I want to showcase what we spoke about previously. We want to showcase the layers. So I'm going to have the layers facing upward like that.
The team upstairs has said you have got 20 seconds to plate up. Can you do? Can you do?
Then we got beautiful,
Yes, yes.
our beautiful carrots. I'm going to keep some for the crew to try.
How nice! All the cameramen are smiling. Look at them. That's
a little bit of the
amazing.
spinach.
Rudy.
And then very importantly, our little farce.
Oh my goodness.
And then we got our lovely jus over here, which I'm going to quickly just add a little bit of heat to it.
Oh my word. Okay, we're going to add that jus. But you are going to have to wait to see that. We're going to do it because we're going to plan the most amazing tasting. Don't go anywhere, stay right here, but do come back in a minute. Okay?
No Jew. No Jew, man. Not me, Jew. We are here for that taste test, please. I hope they were stalling for us.
I really hope so. Clem, honestly, you cannot be a gatekeeper in this regard. That lamb from the Karoo needs to actually be tasted by the two of us, all right? For now, though, let's move over to here, because for 4 decades, yes, I'm talking about 40 years, we have to get into Build It, who has been more than just a hardware store. It's been a partner in building homes, in building businesses, and, of course, communities across South Africa.
And giving great advice. I've linked on that big time. From the first brick to that final touch, Build It has stood for quality, for trust and growth every step of the way. And now as they celebrate that incredible 40-year milestone, that 40 years of helping South Africans build their dreams, literally, Build It is giving back in a very big way. We announced this last week. You have the chance of winning one of 14 Hyundai Grand i10s. I don't know why I say grand when I say it like I am grand myself. Grand. You can say grand.
Nah,
it's a grand
grand.
i10. Its own absolutely awesome little car, and there are so many of them, 14.
14! So you can get involved, and what I love most is that they've never just been about just bricks and cement. No, it's been about the people. Their Yes We Can attitude has really inspired so many South Africans to just take pride in building their futures, and I can say it like that too.
Yeah, I'm part of that team, man. I took on the project. Build It helped me get through it. It was insane, but I've joined the team, man. So I want to hear from you. Are you a part of the team? Let us know on the Expresso social pages what makes Build It's Yes We Can approach so motivating for people. Maybe you have tackled something. So I had to go back about 10 times for paint advice, painting on different surfaces, walls, ceilings, skirting boards, damping, just crazy stuff. I know nothing. I am useless
You started
in that
at
space.
zero.
I can work. My only thing is I can just work for long hours. TV gave us that, maybe.
Right,
But I had to
stamina.
literally push for a full 24-hour period, pretty much, with no sleep in that mix.
Goodness.
Now, you must know it's one thing on the day before when I walked in and asked for advice. After not having slept for 2 days, going in, I'm like, I've run out of the emerald energy green and da-da-da-da.
And they just put it together.
Yeah, but they clocked me and they figured
Sure.
it out, and the results were spectacular. I took it on because I can.
Come on.
They made me believe.
I like that. I love the fact that they empowered you.
Yeah,
And I feel like I
completely.
need that as well. You walk in, you feel a little bit overwhelmed because where do I begin? What do I do? But the guidance and also the kindness, I would say, that's
They love
offered
it.
makes me feel safe.
I felt like a tradesman. That's how it felt. And,
Wow.
albeit there were tradesmen there. So, you know, if guys are other guys are running their small businesses with this as their fundamental tool, that's a massive box tick for me. But it was like I was treated the same.
Come on.
I was given advice where maybe they thought I knew a bit more than I did. But when my ignorance became clear, they didn't change their approach. They were there for me. And that was really impressive, really, really impressive.
Because it is all about that yes we can moment and attitude. And we want to know if you've had one for yourself, a time when you took on a project or a challenge and made it happen with a little bit of a build it
You know what?
spirit.
These things sound great in principle. And Linz and the family went away for 5-6 days. There was a gap, and I thought that's enough time to paint the house. Crew didn't arrive the first day. Crew didn't arrive the second day. And then crew left halfway through the third day.
So you became
So Darlington
crew.
saved my life, came in, taught me what I needed to know, bought masking tape. Please have the masking tape for your corners, your skirting and your lines. But I'm so proud of myself. And I literally worked till about 3:30, 4 in the morning on the day that they were coming back. But that feeling of my wife and kids walking into the space.
To a finished product.
Energizing emerald green feature
The
wall.
feature wall.
Come on. So good. I did it twice. No, it's honestly one of the things I'm most proud of this year of achieving. And I will say unequivocally, the advice, the help, the savings I got at Build It made the project possible.
I love that, Greg.
Really
Here
did.
I am just trying to hang
Simple.
a picture. It's still there on my floor somewhere, but we'll get to it at some point or another. Listen, if you'd love to drive off in your own very own brand new Hyundai Grand i10, simply spend 500 Rand or more at any participating Build It store. And then you got to scan the QR code in-store to enter via WhatsApp or USSD code. It will be there for you. And for more details, head over to buildit.coza or follow at BuilditSA on Facebook and at Buildit_ Yes, we can on Instagram as well. This competition closes very soon.
Are you hearing Barack Obama's voice in the background? I
Yes,
haven't.
we
Yeah, it's perfectly fine,
can.
because yes, we can. That com closes 31st of December this year, but T's and C's obviously apply.
Why better? Better is harder. It takes more effort. Better is what you leave behind.
Okay, I was really excited about the prospect of a quick-fire question game, but now I'm really nervous. Look at these faces. The gents are going to leave nothing out there.
I'm excited. I'm really going to put them under so much fire, and then we're going to taste fire in the kitchen. I can't wait to get into
Do you
our
think we are actually
Chef
gonna get to
Squared's food. Listen, we can manifest it. This is the manifestation station, so I would like to eat some good food.
You rub your belly as you manifest. Okay.
Yes, please.
Coming.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We still have the gents in studio with us. In fact, gents all around, but these are my favorite ones. Pete and Fakhri and Wade are still joining us for a round of quick fire. Hope you're ready to get some fire under the
Let's go. We have a firefighter in a minute.
He knows a firefighter. He's going to spray out. Peds, some tickets still left. Remind us of those event details. Where can people get them? The name of it, what they can Google, who's going to be on the lineup before we get into it.
So the Soulful Reunion tickets available on Quicket. You search Pete and Smith, Fakhri Isaacs, Mujay George, Lukman Adams, Craig Lucas, Don Vino, the Black Ties, and Anson Geisman. Wade's on the show now as well, as announced, as well as Enrico as celebrity carpet host, and Quentin Manuel.
Isn't that beautiful? We look forward to it. For now, though, you thought that was all I'm asking. No. What's your guilty pleasure trend? Tell me now. Okay, no. I'm gonna switch it up. Guilty pleasure listening moment. Artists, I got there eventually, on your playlist. Who would I be surprised to hear you listening to?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, that's not a surprise. She's an incredible vocalist.
No, definitely.
Here for the girly pops.
100%, I'm not going to lie.
I love to see it.
Clock it.
Clock it. Peden?
I'm just Beyonce full playlist.
No, but we know that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, surprise artist that we might...
Surprise artist, I'd say Andrea Bocelli.
Also not a surprise, really.
I'm a Luther guy. Yeah.
Okay, fair. A bit of Andre, a bit of Luther, the balance. I like it.
Yeah.
What's your biggest ick when it comes to the music industry? What do you just not like?
Can we skip that?
Skip that.
No.
Skip that question.
You can say a gatekeeper.
Welcome
to the jungle.
Carry on.
Wait, this is for you, actually. No, I'm joking. Okay, we'll skip that one. We'll make them drink hot fire sauce later. What's the most chaotic part of your creative process?
Paying the artist.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you just see money come
And
it
go.
goes. And yeah, that's for me.
Just think about it as a debit order. Like, it's not even your money. It's gone, it's gone. Chaotic part of the creative process?
Chaotic part is putting together the set list for the show.
Ooh, because you want to sing everything?
When we're busy with the production, there is literally thousands, millions of songs to choose from. And then you have to narrow it down to anything between 25 to 30 songs. And sometimes, so I will take out my favorites and I'll end up with 200 and
Oh no! 200, how many do you start on? If you're only narrowing it to two, it's a million, and then it's 500, and then it's 200.
100%.
That's crazy. And does everyone give input, or is it just you?
So it was different with me. I gave them the songs for the show, and I said, this show will be different because you guys won't sing the same thing you sing at all the other shows. So I put a list of 80 songs together, and they had to choose 5.
I felt very offended by that. But when he sent it to me, I said, Peter, I don't sing the same songs at different shows.
We work.
So
that's
putting it
Why
out
don't
there.
be like Peter knows better? Okay, no. Let me ask you, give me at least 3 songs that we can expect to enjoy.
Brandy, Have You Ever? We're going with a bit of Aretha as well.
Ooh.
And Luther, a full set of Luther for the show.
So you were saying you love Luther. Who is that? Luther
Van der Roos.
I've never heard of such a name. Can you maybe remind us of what a song is, or?
Here and now, I promise to love faithfully.
Okay, it's coming back. It's coming back.
Just
there. It's all coming back. Okay, now I know Luther Vandross. Beautiful. Thank you, Fakhri.
So a lady once came to me after the show. She said, I'm family. My surname is Van der Roos.
Trust our people to claim family everywhere. What is your toxic trait when it comes to music? And the entire industry,
Look, I've just joined it now, so I guess I'll only be able to tell you the next time
I'll
I see
tell you
again.
I'll tell you. He actually told me earlier on he loves listening. He got his earpods in and listens to opera while fighting fires. That's it.
Wow, that's news to me, though.
Just to give the calm in the chaos. I get it. Okay, I will ask you this, Wade. Your dream collaboration?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Think international, don't think locally.
Yeah, whoever.
International, I'm going to go right off the bat and say Chris Brown, maybe.
Oh, beautiful. Would you like to do a collaboration song with him, or is he jumping on your song?
I think I'll start out by collaborating with him on his song.
And then you swap over, he
There we go.
collaborates on yours. I mean, come on, it's an exchange. Fakhri, have you had your dream collab yet?
No,
Okay, who would it be?
it will never happen.
Why? Because he's passed.
Because he's passed.
Oh.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, is it Luther?
Obviously.
We could do one of those, what are they, the holograph, you know?
100%.
And then he'll be lit up there, and then you'll be on the one side.
Like what Mariah did.
Beautiful. You know,
100%.
there can be miracles when you believe.
If you believe.
When you believe.
Come on.
What is one word to describe the process leading up to the Soulful Reunion?
Stressful.
I wouldn't say. I would say patience.
Yeah.
Like I had to practice a lot of patience from November, or rather from June till now. So
Sure.
I would say patience.
Yeah.
But also it's been a very blessed journey. Touch wood, because nothing has gone wrong in this process. So
Amen to
so
that.
yeah.
Stressful is your word. Peter, you'll deal with that
No,
later.
he's fine. He stresses me out. That's it.
He stresses you out.
And I will stress
As he
Wade out.
should, as he should. Wait, are you feeling stressed at all?
Not at all, actually, because Peter made it a very good experience for me so far, so I would definitely say exciting.
Oh, I like that. Okay, how about your favorite musical era? I'm going to start with you, Wade, and we'll work our way up, because I feel like I know your answer.
Old school.
Old school. Is there a certain decade, 90s, 80s, 70s?
I would preferably say between the 70s and the 90s.
The 70s and the two decades of music. Pick a favorite.
Let's go with the 70s.
The 70s.
I just said that.
You said the 70s.
No, I said that's such a bad question. Like, how do you choose?
You got to choose.
It's so unfair.
No, you have to, because that's how we play here. It's quick fire for a reason. Don't think about it too much. Favorite?
Okay, fine. I want to choose the 90s.
The 90s. I like it. I would say that too.
I'll go with the 90s. Tamir, This Time Is Love. I can hear it already in my ears.
Wow.
That, you know, that intro.
Okay. I love this. Tell us why we should come to this concert. I know that we've been convinced through the vocals of Fakhri. I mean, Wade, look at him, and now Peden. We have to hear exactly why we need to be there.
It's a celebration of the year. That's why at the end of the year, I always say we reflect upon the year, and that's why we just bring all our souls together just to sing out whatever the year might have been to you, good, bad, happy, sad. Just come in and release at the show.
Oh, that is beautiful. And I would love if we released our way into the next segment. Age restriction, though, 13 and older. But Fakhri, you know, it would be so nice if maybe we headed into the kitchen by vocal. So if you could sing us into the kitchen, what would you sing?
Food, glorious food. That's all I know.
That's fantastic. An incredible lineup of people. And of course, Peden being the host of the Soulful Reunion. It's going to be incredible. 15 November is when it all goes down. And please get yourself a ticket if you are in the mother city. That is the spot to be. And there are the details on your screen and on our socials at Expresso Show. Get your smart, casual neutrals ready. We're about to party into the night.
I think it's going to be grand. It's going to be a wonderful night. It's going to be unforgettable. The energy behind it is just amazing. So thank you so much for bringing a little bit of that here into our studio. And yes, you will get a performance from Fakhri in just a moment. But Chef Luke has blown us away today. When we talk about the skill level that he has attained through his world travels, it comes to bear in the beautiful meals that he makes. But he has been very kind in making it a little bit more accessible for us today and just slow down the process. I actually snuck in here before anyone else so I could steal a taste. No,
Too late, too late, too late, too late.
If you had waited another 3 seconds, it would have been gone. Chef, thank you so much. First of all, can I just say, all I needed, not that you need to be vetted by the likes of us, but the validation I got was seeing you give back as a dream maker or facilitator with Reach for a Dream. So thank you so much for doing what you do.
Thank you for bringing that up.
To pour back into the culinary arts, because it's a game changer.
It is life-changing. That is truly bigger than all of us.
No, I love that, and thank you for representing that, because this is, Chef Clem, as you've proven in your life, a fast forward. Once you delve into the culinary arts, magic can happen.
It is.
And we've got magic here. So I'm guessing you need to finish things off
Yeah, so,
that I can taste.
Yeah. We're going to sauce this. The sauce is a very important component. So we've got a nice, reduced, quite a rich lamb jus.
Ooh.
Gravy in English.
That looks so decadent.
It looks like there's butter in there.
So I'm going to put the jus on the outside, so guests are able to taste the ingredients for what it is, and then sort of dip it into the jus afterwards if they would
They can
like.
build up their own kind of
And
flavour.
then we've got a lovely little portion for the crew to try as promised.
Oh, thank you, man.
Do I count as crew?
Of
We
course.
actually make our chefs sign a contract to that effect before they come here, that they've got to produce enough for us to eat. Oh, shame.
Oh, wait. Should we challenge Graham into a quick little plating?
I think we should.
Graham, step in.
Bring it
Step
on.
in. Step in.
Okay, so
Okay.
Graham, you're going to go cauliflower first. Nice little spoonful.
Is there a bougie
And you're
word
not gonna-
other than grand? Okay,
You're not
one
going to
last
look
one.
at this.
Okay.
You're not going to steal that. See, I want you,
Okay.
you know what? Actually, I want you to present it the best to your ability.
Wow.
And as a chef,
I'm gonna
and
hide this.
visiting your
Go for it.
restaurant, I dig this. Okay, channeling. We're channeling there a little
See,
bit
the
of-
problem is I would have already been tasting stuff, so the volume would have already been
Keep it organic. Just go with it.
greatly reduced. Yeah. That does look
Beautiful. That was
absolutely
nice little
lovely.
wrist action there.
I've learned from the best, eh? I've learned from the best. Let's maybe
Chef,
try
what do you
this.
look for in a chef before you add them as addition to your team?
Myself and the team that I have on board, we want to work with nice people.
Right.
Good human beings.
First, yeah.
First and foremost. Values driven, very important. Just good moral values, personal and professional values. Eager to learn, eager to grow, and passionate.
I dig that. I love that.
We want to make sure we work in an environment where people are treating each other with empathy, integrity, and compassion.
It's a very emotion-evoking space, being in a kitchen. It's hot, and then it's cold when you're in the fridge and freezer. Listen, he's having fun, so I totally feel like it's the person first before the talent, and the skill,
100%.
and ability.
Yeah.
Chef, you're amazing. I love that.
I
You know,
appreciate that. Thank
you came
you.
here serving food, but you're serving us in the soul.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Graham
that.
Richards,
It's
loving
magical.
That looks beautiful, Graham.
He's floating vortel.
I love
like
this
it.
little guy. It's just so
I
special.
love how that vortel's just sitting on top there.
It's just being presented, hey,
Yeah, and don't forget, you still got your jus.
to just spread around with some love.
You can use a spoon to jus wherever you would like, where you can sauce wherever you would like to.
Wow, guys. So what am I actually playing with now? What is this particular consistency
It's a
jelly?
mint
Is
jelly,
it just
chef, and I'm so
jelly?
Did you use all of it?
Yeah.
Can I have that? Can I have that on the spoon?
can-
on the
you
spoon.
can-
On the
there
spoon.
we
I want
go.
to taste that. Carissa, are you nearby?
And then a little bit
Of course I am. I've been watching Graham put this plate together.
to do whatever I am doing. It feels a bit more Salvador Dali than Rembrandt.
Wow.
But it is what it is.
Do you want to add
know?
any jus
Oh, we
for
definitely
you?
want to jus it out
You
there.
can spoon some jus over there, Graham.
It looks so good.
No jus, man.
Clem, what did the jelly taste like?
It tastes really good, and it's not overpowering. Sometimes
subtle.
when you have a mint jelly with lamb, it can be like so minty you don't need to brush your teeth for 3 days. This is good. It's subtle. It's
Please don't do
delicious.
that.
So we blanched the mints and used the water of the mints instead of using leaves so they get stuck in your teeth.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Graham,
Just
you're
one.
jewing everywhere.
That little dot was very necessary, yeah?
Wow.
Balance. Luke, it's all
Perfect.
about balance.
I love it.
That plate represents the both of us. I also would have done it like that.
Hey,
It looks awesome.
exactly.
It looks
Well
nice,
done,
it looks
Graham.
abstract, which is cool.
Like I said, a bit of a Salvador Dali take, but I love it. What you do is amazing. As I'm just even touching the little smaller components, the level of skill here is on another level. It's off the charts, dude. Thank you so much for opening a window into what it takes to get to the point where your TV chefs come and steal the thunder in the last 30 seconds.
Can I ask, do you go on Pinterest and look up ideas, or is it just like, you know, your ancestors are leading you? How do you put the plating together?
I think if I didn't allow everyone to inspire me, I'll be failing. So everything inspires me.
I like that.
Absolutely everything.
Ah, okay. This looks
Do you-
delicious. I've been
do
waiting
you
to taste.
have pincers that you plate with? Like,
Some dishes require a little bit of a tweezer, but I don't use tweezers much unless it's necessary.
it's a
This
bit-
dish didn't need tweezers.
It's a bit grand. So I'm thinking this is a journey in itself just to eat it. How would you suggest we approach this?
So I would try the lamb for what it is, and then I would try every little component with it.
And make the perfect bite.
Yeah, but the lamb is the true hero on this plate, so I would try that on its own first, and then understand why everything else is on the plate to complement the lamb.
Yeah, for me it was the butter, the basting. Come on.
Based me in butter. It tastes so good.
Not again, Chef Clem, not again. Come on.
Not on TV, at least.
Okay, enough gatekeeping. Can we eat the food? Please, can we eat the food?
Okay.
Bon
Go
appetit.
go for it,
Okay,
Carissa,
okay.
Graham.
Now, do we taste Graham's plates or?
Oh, shame. Graham, let me taste yours. I want to taste yours, Graham.
Thank you.
There we go.
I feel, normally when someone does that in live TV land, it means we're trying to shield each other from something. And I love you, man. I don't know what
Are you
for,
also
but,
going to try this for us?
Please, I want you to.
Okay, I'm going to start
Chef,
with
while we are busy
you.
tasting, can I ask you how much? First of all, what kind of food do you cook at home?
Ooh.
And how does the food you cook at home influence
He
the
doesn't
food
cook
that
at
you
home.
cook at the restaurant?
I'm also
I really
curious about
enjoyed
that.
what Willie's presented earlier. I've got kids.
Okay.
Health is super important to my household. I want my kids to grow up nice and healthy. So we tend to cook a lot of healthy, simple food. Yesterday, for example, we had a very simple salad with sliced sirloin steak on top. So very simple. I like to eat simply outside of work. Apart from when I am looking to eat in some fantastic restaurants in Cape Town, you know, we're just adding to the already fantastic food scene in the city.
Like, I'm trying to hear you, but all I can hear is like the beauty of what is in my mouth right now. That is insane.
I'm taking an ugly bite.
Are you guys even in the room with me anymore?
The wild God has got a very unique flavor.
Ooh.
And it's not wild as in...
No.
It's actually subtle. It's
Yeah.
like,
Not peppery like you would a garlic clove.
Right. What is your cheat meal, chef?
I love a good burger. I love a good pizza.
Yes, please.
And a bowl of-
Wood-fired or?
Wood-fired, always.
And what's on your
Thin,
pizza?
Crispy. Since I was living abroad for so long, I still cannot get over the fact that I've got bacon ava feta at my fingertips now.
Ooh.
And that excites me.
Is it not something that's
I
available?
love it. Bacon ava feta. If I had to choose one pizza forever, that would be much
That's
better.
the reason why we love it, because we
I'm
have
so curious
access
about
to
this.
that in a way that the world just doesn't
I
have.
was being polite and I stopped eating, but apparently, like now, we just keep on going. This is so incredibly good. I
Every
understand
detail.
why it took us the morning to put it together, because there's so much in the dish to actually talk about. It's phenomenal. You're phenomenal. Thank you so much for
You're
joining
all
us.
phenomenal. Thank you.
so much.
Well done, man.
South Africa, you want to, get the recipe or even go visit Chef at Mount Nelson. This has been fantastic. Tune in next week for more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Get in my
Please
belly.
leave us in private to eat this.
Protea Hotels by Marriott is where hospitality feels like home. It's why when your family is with us, we treat you all like a member of ours. Book now and be more than a guest. Go there with Marriott Bonvoy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm going to say this emphatically. Welcome back, first of all. I'm going to say this emphatically. Pick your 6 lucky numbers. Play your lotto plus 1 and lotto plus 2, and you could win 41 million rand in total estimated jackpot today. That's what's in the kitty. So what are you waiting for? Play your lotto for an estimated 16 million rand. Lotto plus 1, 14 million rand.
Nice.
And then we'll throw 11 million rand in for lotto plus 2. That's a lot.
Just some small change, nothing much. Listen, buy your tickets now in store, the National Lottery website, .co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for all the USSD. By any means, just make it happen for yourself. yourself, please. All these details are on our Expresso social media pages. Go and check them out and put yourself in the running to win big. Lotto, Lotto plus 1, Lotto plus 2, 41 million rand could be yours today in the total estimated jackpot.
I would convince Luke to become a private chef. That's what I would do. He would be moving into a room in my house and cooking for me every day. I'd buy a new house just for him. I mean, like, is this the house we're going to live in so you can cook for me every day? Absolutely amazing. Go and pay him a visit in his neck of the woods. But right now, come into ours because we want you to fully embrace where you live right now. This is the Cape Town song, baby, by the incredible Fakhri Isaacs. Take it away, brother.
My beautiful people, I am a son of Cape Town. And I love the city like no other city in the world. And because of my love for the city, I've written a song for my beautiful people of Cape Town. And it goes something like this. Oh, Cape Town, where the skies are blue and your dreams come true, only in Cape Town. Where the streets come alive with rhythm and rhyme, it's Guma time, oh, in Cape Town. We have opened the door for you to explore, a million things to see. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. Come on. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. Table Mountain and the big blue sea. You don't know what you mean to me. My beautiful Cape Town. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. All the people and the history with many cultures and diversity. Hey, my beautiful Cape Town. From Bookop streets where children play, District 6 will never fade away. Come on. From Khayelitsha to Mitchell's Plain, Robben Island to Kraaifontein. Together we live here, brown, black and white, a rainbow nation, oh what a sight. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. You say 1, 2, let's go. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. Table Mountain and the big blue sea. You don't know what you mean to me. My beautiful Cape Town. Cape Town, my beautiful Cape Town. All the people and the history with many cultures and diversity. My beautiful Cape Town. You can travel the world to try and find another place like mine, but you'll never see a city as pretty as Cape Town. Cape Town, oh, Cape Town.
Another feel-good production.